Hello everybody, welcome back to another live stream. So we are here to watch NASA's Europa Clipper mission. Right, Tom, I see you in the chat. I have got Discord account so I can make you admin. Yes, I do. Let me first get, I gotta remember where the hell it is. Right, so yeah, today add me. Okie dokie. Oh, what the hell's this? Okay. What is my, oh, it's coming out my speakers. Cool. Right, so add friends. Honestly, I don't know how the fuck to use. Oh, here we go. Add friends. Add by username. 95. I think you should get a friend request now. But yeah, I'm not the best with Discord. Like I've not really ever played about with it. So you're kind of gonna have to teach me on that one. But yes, the mission today is a Falcon Heavy launch. Now this is unlike most normal Falcon 9 launches. This one, all 3 boosters are going to be expended today. So very unlike yesterday's mission, you know, to catch the booster. Who dis? This is who dis? Who dis? As in, it's SpaceX. This is SpaceX's launch. It's a Falcon Heavy. Right, here we go. Got you. Right. Oh, where you screamed like a girl? Yes, I screamed like a girl. Send you an invite. Okie dokie. Right, so Tom. Right, I have sent you. I have accepted it. One new message. Awesome, that's cool. What were you doing up the top today? We just got off the bus. We were coming home from picking Jess up from nursery. So that's what we were doing. Bus wankers. To be fair, it's an old Discord. Fair enough. No, that's cool. Yeah. Yes, bus wankers. But do you know what? I get a free ride, so you know what? I don't care. But today I actually have something. I'm actually glad I went to Alton today. I have the new Central C Prime, which has been really hard to get actually, and then Iceland had loads of them. And I've also got some Glowberry again, which is my favourite Prime. Dirty stuff, that. I love. Let's have a quick taste test. And where is Martin's? Well, they were £2 a pop, so yeah, I won't get him any. Oh wow! It's like, it smells like Rio. Sneak is better. Oh no, 100% no. Sneak is, I don't know why, but I don't like Sneak. There was another one that another friend of mine had, and I really like that. Martin wants. I don't think Martin's gonna like this. It just smells. It's very tropically. That's tropical. That's what I'm gonna say. So what flavour is this? Drinkable. Oh! Here we go. The live stream is starting. I'm going to turn that down for me, because he wants Glowberry. Okay, yeah, Glowberry is my favourite, I have to say. So this is, what is this? Kiwi, citrus and raspberry. Okay. Right, let's have a taste of this. Ooh. Tracy. Oh God! Right, let's chuck their music on.
Considered the most likely place in our solar system.
Here we go, guys.
To have life right now.
Yeah, this is actually quite nice.
Icy world orbiting Jupiter.
It's like a non-fizzy Rio.
A global ocean of water. Everywhere on Earth that there's water.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
There's life.
Still not as good as a glowberry.
I want to understand, could Europa
Right,
be
now I've got to turn this back
a
up.
place where life might exist today?
3, 2, 1, lift off.
Europa Clipper is the first
Nah,
mission dedicated
can't do
to
that over here.
This is the largest
It does. It literally tastes like a non-fizzy Rio.
We have the right team, the right technologies to leverage.
I love it.
Europa now and unlock those
Oh, I got
mysteries
such an
we've waited
itchy
for.
head. I got to get some like proper padding for these. They're really nice headphones, but they've got like no padding on them at all. So it really gives me such an itchy head. Now, I'd say
You're looking live at NASA's
I would say
Launch Pad 39A. SpaceX will soon begin fueling.
Prime is sort of mid-tier. It is sort of mid. It's not, you know, it's not peak up like fizzy.
Good morning.
Anything
Welcome to
fizzy,
Space Coast
it's
to
up there for me.
I'm NASA's Megan Cruz, and this is NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
So we are, yes, 1 hour and 4 minutes away, guys.
It's launch day.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I think you're containing yourself. I feel like you're way more excited than you're portraying.
Now,
I am very excited.
does this woman not look like Jimmy Neutron's best mate?
Currently marching towards a 12:06 p.m.
Nah,
Eastern
rock
launch.
bottom.
And Jenny, the mission name really says a lot. So we are
I guess I must have cheap taste. Well, I'd say cheap taste, £2. It's not exactly cheap.
the icy surface.
I must have really shit taste.
You know, at least on
Right,
this
I'm gonna
planet, wherever
quickly
there's water,
just do
we
some
find
social
life. And to know that
stuff.
there's a place in our solar system that not
right.
only has some water, but an abundant amount of water underneath that icy crust.
Maybe.
is the global saltwater ocean.
Yes, we have
So
no
we want to
delay
get
today,
to
guys.
this habitable place.
I've not got any stream delay.
Why do scientists believe it could have those
oh.
ingredients you're talking about?
Well,
SpaceX
we
has
actually
just
been to Europa before.
updated
We have some kind of
the road
tantalizing
closure.
evidence from previous missions. We've
Just
done
how
flybys
you
of the
brought...
moon and gotten some data,
Exactly, yep.
that
It was
shows
how
that
I was
there's
brought
this ocean
up.
of water.
Cheap
And
taste.
so we look,
Summerfield's
and then
cheap
we kind of
bloody
continue to study it,
mills.
and we look
Oh,
for
hello.
those ingredients of life, the chemistry,
Hang on, wait.
the energy,
How does my
the
wife manage
time, and the
to...
water. We think Europa's
Oh,
kind
okay.
of been simmering away for about 4 billion years. So it's a really exciting place to go to look to see, is it habitable?
Right. And how
Did
many
you
years has
see
this
the
been working
robo
towards
van?
this goal?
Yeah.
This mission has
What
been,
you talking
in the
about?
works for a long time. Folks have been trying to kind of literally...
I know that. Yeah, that's all I got bloody brought up on them cheap ready meals.
We're being about an hour from
Did I see the robo
My role on the
van?
mission,
Looks
I'm the
like...
science systems engineer.
Oh, you talking about the
Job
new
and
Tesla
basically
robo
sit
cab
kind of
thing?
right on the boundary
Yeah,
between
it looks pretty
scientists
cool,
and
I have to
engineers,
say.
and I work with both teams, so
Oh,
I
what's
get to
this?
be exposed to the engineering, exposed
The
to science,
spacecraft will
both
travel
work together.
1.8 billion
An hour away from
miles
launch,
from
I mean,
Earth.
it's almost
It will fly
indescribable.
past
So
Jupiter's
exciting. I
moon
can't believe
50
we're finally
times
here
to
in this
study
moment. It's a little bit surreal.
Europa's
Yeah,
oceans and collect the necessary data to determine if the moon conditions are suitable for life.
Scientists, the scientific community has really been looking forward to.
You drew it.
Absolutely.
Hey, my drawings were so much better. I tell you, my drawings were so much better at school than they are now. My friend sent me Summerfield Championships. Mate, it was so shit. There was like, it was no scampi in it. It was just like mushed up bits of fish. Oh, look at that.
Tornado and flood warnings before the eye passed directly
Jeez.
over us at Kennedy Space Center.
That is
We were
insane.
thankfully spared from the worst damage, just some broken doors and awnings, overturned vehicles and trailers. and
Just overturned vehicles, you
You
know,
know, when it
that's
comes to our
not the
workforce, we know
worst.
A lot of people really
Right.
felt the impact there. We know some were without
What was I
power
doing?
for
I
days.
was
Absolutely,
quickly
and, you know,
posting up.
We both have friends and family in the area
Poison
that-
food.
that were without power and that had impact on the storm. So I'm really glad that, you know,
Prison food, prison
Yeah.
food,
I
jeez.
know a tornado
I need
touched
to
down just, right
make
outside of
chat a
your
little bit bigger,
hotel, and a lot
'cause
of
I
those
can't.
people who are here for this mission.
I have done an
we're
update,
staying.
guys, on
Absolutely, yeah,
OBS,
and, you know, definitely
and
a
that
scary moment
promised
for the team,
Kelly
but,
used it.
everyone was okay, and we made it.
And she has got
Um,
bad taste.
You know, I think it really demonstrates
There we go.
that both NASA and
I had
SpaceX
to
have
zoom in
remarkable
because
skill and
I couldn't
determination to
quite
even
see
after
chat.
all that get us to launch day today.
Absolutely.
Oh,
you know,
man.
NASA always puts the safety of its people as the top priority. Absolutely the thing we care the most about.
I still
is
can't
keeping
believe,
people
though,
safe. And so it was
we
really
had
incredible to see that we were
Starship
able to keep that
yesterday,
goal kind of at top
and we
of
have
mind,
Falcon
and
Heavy
also
today.
making sure that we could get
Like,
today. So it's really
that
amazing
is
that, you know,
SpaceX's
we, you know,
two
prioritize the safety of our
largest,
people,
most
and
powerful
we got to
rockets.
This moment today of launching this mission.
And they're
What do you
just,
have to say
you
to
know,
the team again as we
one
launch
after
today
another.
at
So
today at
good.
12:06 p.m. Eastern.
I'm just so thankful and proud of everybody. It's amazing to get to kind of represent the team.
Look, guys, I am
you know, there's
tired.
really
I've
thousands of
been
people who've worked on
up
this project
since
across, you know, a lot of different
7:30.
organizations. So,
It's
an
early
incredible
for me on a
moment to be
day
here.
off.
Right. And so here we are. We're ready. Team's ready. And over the next 2.5 hours, we will walk you through everything you need to know about Europa and the spacecraft we're sending there. A lot of people, as we've been talking about, really
Oh,
looking
for
forward
goodness
to this
sake,
mission, including U.S. poet laureate
I hate
Peter
it
Lamont
when you
and
copy
Ted
something
Lasso actor and co-creator
and then
Brendan
you
Hunt.
forget
We'll hear
that
from
you
both of them
wanted
today.
to
And what's
paste
really
it somewhere,
cool about that
and
is
then you
just
copy
how
something else and you
widespread
forget
the
it.
interest is in this mission.
It's amazing, you know. Of course, I'm a
Right,
big
post
space
now.
nerd, as a lot of us are. You know, there are a lot of
I
people
like.
in
Do you know
space
what? Them
industry who are
glasses.
excited
I
about
don't
this
know what
mission,
it
and to
is,
see other folks.
but it
You know, maybe this
is
the
Jimmy
first time they get
Neutron's
exposed
best
to
mate.
Something as cool as Europa Clipper. It's really cool to see the public so excited about this mission.
Yeah, and I know they're watching us today, so
Yes.
that'll be really fun. And for our Spanish-speaking audience, if you're interested, NASA has a Spanish broadcast on our NASA Plus app, and this QR code you see on your screen there is going to take you right to it. NASA Plus is our free
Oh
audio
man, I'm doing a
where
dirty.
you can find
Right.
live programming like this and original content from
Jimmy
across the
Neutron's
But first,
best
NASA's launch
friend.
services program and SpaceX will soon decide if they will fuel the rocket. Here's Daryl Nail and Mick Woltman.
What the
Welcome
heck?
into Hangar AE here at the
It's
Lecture
him.
Center at the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. That's Mick Woltman, LSP engineer extraordinaire. I'm Daryl Nail with NASA. And yes,
Daryl Nail.
we have a T0 of 12:06
Uh,
and 0.
I'm kind of glad I actually
good for launch. Weather is shaping up perfect, and we also have no colas.
Here's Jimmy
It's
Neutron.
nothing
He
but
is
roll
laughing.
running
He
to
knows
space.
who you
That was a
mean.
good report.
Yeah, that was what allowed us to move our
Yeah,
T0
but-
15-second window today and lock that in. The team was able to do that. No cola, good
Why?
weather, as you said. Everything's
There's
looking
one
great.
photo I can find.
We're listening to the launch
But
times right now. We've
for
got
some
an
reason-
important poll coming up. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but this has been a challenging
Save image.
path to the pad as we see the rocket right there at Launch Pad 39A. The first
Right,
issue
Tim photos.
was back on September 28th following the successful launch of Crew 9 to the International Space Station.
What I
The
said,
second stage
save
failed to
image.
relight its engine for a disposal burn, a deorbit
Why?
burn. And that same second stage is going to be used today, but LSP worked through that.
Yes.
Why is it-
on Falcon Heavy,
Oh, I'm gonna throw
working
this thing right. It
collaboratively
might
with
come up on the
SpaceX.
middle.
We worked through the engineering data, looked at
No,
everything.
it
that
come out on the
happened.
left.
We were able to come to a conclusion that things
Okay.
were good, and we were ready to
Picture.
proceed to launch for Europa Clipper.
The other challenge was the big one. We just saw the video. The center of Hurricane Milton passing right within 7 miles of this launch pad, 7 nautical
There we
miles,
go.
a Cat 1 hurricane with max sustained winds of 120 miles per hour, causing some minor damage to the pad. But looks like
Yeah, you just sent it to me at the same time.
Did an excellent
Why
job
does she
assessing
look
the
like
situation,
him?
making us prepared over 24 hours and got the launch pad and the vehicle.
Oh, I'm gonna
ready
keep
for
that
launch.
off to the
Now
side.
let's listen in to NASA launch manager Tim Dunn, who will poll his
Tim
team
Dunn?
on readiness to
And you mean
load
Tim
this
Dodd,
rocket with
the
propellant.
everyday astronaut? So look, guys, no landing legs, no grid fins.
This is the NLM.
This is a
on the
full
NLM net,
expendable
ready to
rocket.
conduct the propellant load and launch readiness poll.
Here we go, guys.
So we've had a very good morning in our countdown. Worked through a couple of issues. We've got beautiful
Ooh.
weather, a beautiful spacecraft, and a great rocket. So with that, I would like to conduct the poll to initiate propellant load into the Falcon Heavy, and also committing to launch today for the Europa Clipper spacecraft. NASA CE. NASA CE, go. SMA. SMA, go. SMD.
And they
SMD,
delay for
go.
10 minutes.
NASA MEM.
I think I need to make his lordship.
LSP. How was being
Unfortunately not. I think literally
the NASA
it is 5 o'clock.
For propellant load and go for launch.
Oh, there we go.
So that takes us through a critical NASA decision gate. We will start loading prop in just a few minutes.
Right.
And we'll join you back for that in a little bit. For now, we'll send you back to Megan and Jenny.
What I'm going to do while we're waiting, my sign light's going to go on.
For today's launch,
Oh,
we have Antonio Jaramillo here at Kennedy Space Center to interview some important folks
we've been
in this
there.
mission. And then
We've
Raquel
been
Villanova
there.
live at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California. We'll start with Raquel first. Raquel, JPL developed
When's Diddy Neutron's friend coming back on?
SpaceX Laboratory, correct?
That's right, Megan. And right behind me is mission control for the Europa Clipper mission.
Right, so what we're going to do,
focused on operating
I'm going to just fix my...
plays a critical role, from engineers monitoring the spacecraft health to navigators who will be tracking its journey. They're constantly communicating to make sure everything is ready for today's mission. And in just a few minutes,
Oh man, I'm dying, guys.
Space Network, a global system of giant radio antennas on
Background
Earth
lights,
used to communicate with
roof
spacecraft.
lights, indoor
This step
lights,
ensures that they are ready to establish contact
roof lights,
with Europa Clipper after
background
launch.
lights.
And they're also keeping a
Okay,
long-standing
that's weird.
tradition alive. Lucky Peanuts. It's a fun custom at JPL.
What?
Where the team snacks
Oh yeah, this is
before
Peanuts,
big
yeah.
events. Now, let's
Says
take a
it
look
annoys
at
me.
JPL's Pickering
I'm sure he
Auditorium.
does.
This is a live look where friends and family of the team
Yes,
have
so
gathered to watch the
what they
launch.
do
Hundreds are
is
expected to fill the
all the
room,
time
cheering
that
on
they
the
are
Clipper. And back here at Mission
doing a
Control,
mission,
we'll
they
keep you
eat
updated
just
on key
nuts.
milestones
Right,
and
what I'm going to do,
introduce you to the team working
I'm going to
behind
show
the
you
scenes
guys what I'm
throughout
actually
the
doing.
broadcast.
So you can actually see the bare skin of the shed.
And just to let you guys in on what's happening here, Jenny's getting pretty emotional seeing.
Oh, Jimmy Neutron's friend's back.
Here from the mission. We're so happy to have you here, but we absolutely know we're pulling you away from that. So
there you go.
Didn't want you to feel left out. So you have some peanuts to keep along with the tradition.
Oh, she's so happy.
Connects me back to home. Definitely, for sure.
Oh, I'm so mean. I'm going to hell.
Snack over here, but again, thank
Right,
you for being
well,
here.
I was looking, so I've just turned all my power off to this, which I can confirm because nothing's turning on.
To see everyone coming together. That's why I get emotional. Just
It is
wow, we're finally here at
disconnected.
this moment.
All right, and now we'll take a look at the clock again. We are 50.
Kyle, that's it.
Let's hear more about this mission from some of Jenny's.
That is too funny. Oh, why did I take that out? I didn't want to take that out. Oh, here we go.
The exciting thing about Europa can be summarized in one word: water.
Water.
On Earth. And double that. That's what we think is on Europa.
We need to go there to explore it, to understand, is this place a habitable environment that could potentially support life?
So what? We're potentially going to go to Europa.
I think Europa has the key ingredients to support life as we know it. Number 1, water. Number 2, energy.
Water.
And 3,
I like the way they say
central
water.
chemical building blocks. For the first time ever, we're using a spacecraft completely dedicated to studying this moon.
The three main things that we're going to explore at Europa are the ice and the ocean, and understand that intersection.
So what's
between
this
the two.
mission today,
Study
please,
the chemical
Space?
composition
Well,
of the moon,
literally, they
as
are
well as the
sending
geology
a
of
spacecraft
the active, correct?
to one of Jupiter's
Europa
moons.
Clipper is not specifically a life search mission. We're going to understand the potential habitability of Europa.
Jupiter's radiation environment is intense, and Europa sits in the worst part of that environment.
Jupiter acts like a giant particle
Too thick.
accelerator. There are charged particles trapped in Jupiter's magnetosphere that rotate with it. And these particles slam against
stuck.
Europa and will slam into our spacecraft
Where's me?
as well.
Whoever come up with flathead screwdrivers need
Number 1,
be
try to minimize
topped.
the amount of time we spend in there, which is why we are orbiting Jupiter and just flying by Europa. The second way we protect against the radiation is by having an electronics vault that we put our computer and some of the other sensitive electronics inside, which is made of about a third
I
of an
generally
inch of
lost
aluminum.
all my flathead screwdrivers.
With each flyby,
Is there a
the outside
drive-through McDonald's there now?
sees the equivalent of 1,000,000
If
trucks.
only, eh? If only.
It's a pretty long trip to get to Jupiter from Earth.
Yeah, it's a long
From
trip.
planetary standpoint.
From launch to the time we get to Jupiter is about 5.5 years. And along the way, we have a flyby of Mars and then another flyby of Earth to get gravity assists to
Yeah, so they are going the longest way round possible, but the most conservative
I hope for the future
fuel.
explorers who are watching this at home that they take away from this that humanity.
Why has she got like such a smile?
Really cool things.
We are in a golden age of robotic spaceflight exploration. How can you not be excited about something as monumental as this?
It's pretty large, to be
I
fair.
am most excited about the potential to unlock the secrets of Europa, the potential to really understand this crazy world that exists and has likely existed in this condition for 4 billion years.
It'd be pretty cool, actually. In 5 years' time, so what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 2029. It'll be arriving. Richard!
Yeah, this will start RP1 and the 3 boosters, and we'll get ready to go.
I'm streaming.
Listen in for the launch director.
Oh, here we go.
The launch auto sequence has started.
Launch director Charlie Meyer giving the signal there that the launch auto sequence has started. And Mick, this is a very delicate dance that is all automated.
Yeah, the SpaceX team has automation in all their software to start fueling the first stages and get ready for LOX load here in about 5 minutes and continue with stage 2. But the team does a great job here with their procedures and following it. And
so we're just doing some casual, you know, electrical work.
And Daryl, interestingly enough, the 2 side boosters, reflown. We flew them on Psyche as a NASA LSP mission. Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary for the Psyche mission.
That's right, and the boosters are back. We will say goodbye to them as it is a fully expendable mission this time around. So all 3 boosters will be discarded along with the second stage. The only thing coming back is the fairing. Let's talk about weather really quick. Whoa, what is there to talk about? It's
what the hell?
Beautiful.
It's a gorgeous day for launch.
It's quite gorgeous in Florida.
Super duper.
Yeah, Mike McEleenan, our launch weather officer from the Space Force.
Oh, okay, I see.
With the weather today, he was 95% go and trending towards even better. He just loves the way the weather, and as you can see in the picture, it's a gorgeous blue sky and great day for a launch.
Indeed. The only constraint that we did have was high clouds, and even that has been removed, so it doesn't get much better.
Jeez, look at that. So 82 degrees is 28, 29 degrees. Is that right?
95% go. All right, that's going
looks about right
for us. We're going to continue to track the propellant load.
You can stop that.
And as we continue to monitor important milestones, 2 things. We will pause for mission audio callouts when you hear those so that people can follow along with the launch countdown. But also there are so many ways that you can participate in this broadcast. For one, if you have a question about anything we're talking about, send it our way. Jenny's super smart. Yeah, it's going all to her.
There you go. So that's a 50-meter one. So whatever one you need.
She can live. And then you can also play Europa Clipper Bingo with us. Jenny is giving
Europa Clipper Bingo.
She's showing you the bingo card now that you can get by just scanning the QR code on your screen. And this is how you will play with us. So you're going to listen for words like what, Jenny?
Like ocean, life, Europa Clipper.
That's okay.
Listen to us say any of those words.
So it's 27 points. That's not bad.
You can share your win with us using the hashtag Europa Clipper.
I totally did not just use my thermometer right here that has both on it.
This broadcast, one of the engineers who assembled and tested the spacecraft, right, Tony?
That's right, Megan.
It's really annoying because I know I have a flathead screwdriver that will work.
Joining me is Luis Aguila, launch operations engineer. Luis, you're involved with connecting all of the cables to the spacecraft. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that entails?
Yeah, so my team and I are responsible for making sure we've installed, connected, and secured all the harness assemblies at the system level. What this means is that we made sure that it's ready for launch and it's ready for flight operations. All in all, we installed 220 harness assemblies and connected 970 connectors during the ATLO campaign. And that's not even counting what our partners and the instrument teams did when they delivered the hardware.
So a lot of cables. You know, discuss to us the process of getting a planetary spacecraft, this spacecraft, ready for launch, and how it compares to other missions, especially with this being the largest planetary spacecraft that NASA has ever built.
So aside from the complexity of this large spacecraft, we did have to deal with some of the unique requirements for the environment that we're going into. So for example, we couldn't use Kapton tape for flight applications, and Kapton is quite standard in the industry, so we had to...
I was going to say, why do they have to use that?
Another thing is some of our instruments are magnetically sensitive, so we had to constantly check our cells, our tools, and our parts to make sure that they weren't going to contaminate the spacecraft.
Wow, that's awesome. And you know, Jupiter's radiation environment is very intense. Can you tell us how Europa Clipper was built and tested to its standards?
So a lot of testing went into the materials that we were going to use for the spacecraft to make sure they could survive the environment, or to make sure...
Yeah, it's quite a sort of magnetic.
Most of our electronics are inside of a thick walled vault to make sure that they can survive, and anything external to that had to get shielded. For example, most of our external cabling had to get wrapped with copper foil, and that was done by hand. So.
Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us here. Let's check back in for a launch status update with Daryl and Mick. Daryl?
All right, thank you very much, Tony. Back into Hangar AE. We are here.
AE.
The launch team. We heard Tim Dunn.
Launch load has started.
Every time he keeps saying that, Tim, I keep thinking he's saying Tim Dodd.
Core, as well as the side boosters, and we can see that lock starting to go into the rocket. We got 4 tanks to fill, and this gets another 3. One more tanks than that. The 3 tanks for the prop, the 3 tanks for the lock, and then the one
on second stage. Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Yes, but
doing math live on the air.
You
should do that.
But RP1 in the 3 boosters filling up. We're watching the telemetry. Everything's going great. We just saw the fueling for LOX load start in the telemetry here, and things are looking good. The team is following their procedure, getting ready for the launch vehicle, getting it ready for liftoff this morning as we continue to prep for the Europa Clipper liftoff at 12:06.
Filling these 4
stations, 6 minutes past.
As we go along here with a beautiful
so you got 6 minutes down from 5 o'clock.
The Atlantic Ocean. The first Falcon Heavy launch with a new liquid oxygen farm. This is really helpful, especially when it comes to a really recycling capability. Prior to this, we'd have to wait 5 days if we had a scrub.
Have they now transferred it over for Starship?
Yeah, being Europa Clipper being an interplanetary, one of the largest.
So, because Starship's there.
SpaceX came to NASA when they got the submission, and to make sure we had great launch availability for the mission over the science window, they upgraded their LOX farm at Launch Complex 39A, and they can now recycle and densify LOX every 48 hours, which gives us a lot more launch availability for a mission on a Falcon Heavy.
How am I going to do this now?
A huge upgrade that provides great access for the missions to be able to launch on time.
And now that we're inside of LOX,
that's pretty good.
We are not going to do a 24-hour recycle. We would be a 48-hour.
Is there a video of them taking shot? So they've actually lowered it back onto the mount. I actually did have a video.
All right, so everything
I wanted to show. So I'm going to quickly mute them. So I found this video. This was filmed by a kid. By literally, as you can see, this is view from. So this is from the US side. This is by Isla Blanca, which is the little island where all the main thing is. Look at that. So this is literally a kid's YouTube. And he's just uploaded this. That noise is unreal. So this, oh, here you go. I'll turn the volume up. This is the actual noise of Super Heavy. Just listen to that. This is just an iPhone as well. It was taken on an iPhone 15. I mean, that is freaking awesome. And he's done really well to sort of like put it all together. And then the landing. So that's stage separation. He actually caught stage separation on a fucking phone. So here you go. So this is it coming down. That is the kid talking. You imagine seeing this with your own eyes. Like, how crazy would this be? Here we go. So it's just about to start. How cool is that? Honestly, fucking goosebumps. There's the sonic boom. And you'd get the delayed sound. Honestly, I left a comment, said, how has this not got more views? So they do have, if I go to NASA spaceflight, it's still there. It is still sat on the, I should have gone there. Lives. Here we go. So look, they've basically lowered it down back onto the launch mount, and they even connected it back to the quick disconnect where the fire was coming from yesterday, and they've basically filled it back up to pressure to make sure like nothing was broken inside, and it's still there. Elon has tweeted saying that a few engine bells were a bit warped from the heat of re-entry, and then obviously when the Raptors reignited, it kind of deformed them a bit more. But she is, you know, she is there. She is sat right there. So definitely the bit of the chime that was broken looked like it come off from aerodynamic stress, which is still, it's just minimal things. Oh, I've just doubled my move goal. Nice. So yeah, basically it's just, they will probably test it, and they will I don't think they will refly. I really don't think they'll refly. I think they'll take a few weeks to make the necessary changes to what would it be, booster 14, and they're definitely going to have to, I think V2 Starship V2 might fix this flap overheating issue. Right, back to NASA. There we go. Right, I'm going to quickly finish off this. Europa. Water is life. Life is water. Water.
We're looking for energy sources, and we're really looking for the chemistry there so that we can understand what habitable environments might be throughout our whole universe.
That is very exciting indeed. I cannot wait to discover what we find out. Gina, thank you.
Discover what we find out.
Back over to you, Megan.
And people from all over
This is really bad. This.
So we invited you guys to send us your questions if you have any. We'll start taking some of those now.
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right, so the first one is from Instagram. This is, will the satellite need to return back to Earth from a data?
No.
Good that we don't, because otherwise we have that long 5.5 year journey all the way back to Earth to get the data back. So we actually have a really big antenna on the spacecraft called a high gain antenna. If you've seen the photos of the spacecraft, it's the...
What are you doing, Cowboy? I am fitting a new plug socket. So actually I should have gone down, but I'm going to go up along here. So basically I'm getting all my sort of additional stuff and then I'm going to put it in the walls eventually. I'm adding another plug socket around the corner over here. Just behind the PS4, PS5 box. Yeah, so I'm just going to quickly, I'm adding this, and don't worry, it's all turned off. I've turned it off by the breaker, and I've turned it off by the fixed spur. So, I'm fine. There is no power in this at all. I've said that before, and still giving myself an electric shock. It would be more fun if it was turned on. Yeah, it probably would. It's also a lot more stressful, I tell you that. Come on. There we go. The thing is, these connections are actually meant to take 4 wires. I always find it tough to even put bloody 3 of them in. Also, you're not meant to do them up with bloody electric screwdrivers, but there we go. Right, now I need to make sure the one over here is in properly. There we go, so that's the... Where's the... Ah. Hang on, wait. So there's only been 11... That's crazy. Ah, look, see that was good. The earth cable was loose. Right, here we go. There we go. Octo nozzle, that's quite cool.
Yeah, the team has to meet planetary protection. Strict requirements for the environmental control system.
Here we go. Look at that, easy peasy. There we go, and now I have a new plug socket. As soon as I connect these ones, there we go. We're going to button up this one and we're done. I'll reroute the cables later on. Space Cowboys does DIY. Honestly. There we go. Right. Now, plug this one back in. Right, here we go. So I'm going to turn the breaker on. Right, and then I'm going to turn it on by the fixed spur. Yay! There we go. Look, light is on over there. There we go. I now have somewhere to charge my that turns on. That's all good. So I can use my 3D printer now. Awesome. Turn that off. Ah!
little bit smaller than our own moon, but unlike our moon, it has a lot of water, about twice as much.
It has a lot of water.
If you were approaching Europa from afar, you would know immediately it's really an odd object, unlike any other in the solar system.
I'm happy with that.
Let's just start with the surface.
I see all these ridges and crusts and grooves. Like, what is it about this geology that makes it different?
Well, there are hardly any craters on this unusual surface. We see a lot of evidence for cracking and active geology, so we think it's either active now or was active in the recent past.
The recent past.
Once we get past this surface, we see this layer of ice. Can you tell me more about this ice and how much of the moon it covers?
Well, it covers the entire body, and the ocean is global. The crust is, it's about 15
so it's
miles
a whole
perhaps more or less,
damn ocean,
but it
basically.
blocks any sunlight from this water underneath this global ocean.
What other key ingredients are there for life that might be on Europa?
The other two necessities for life are chemicals, some type of food for any.
That 4K, guys.
What ingredients are there for life that might be on Europa?
So you go 4K, you get a little bit of a delay.
Chemicals, some type of food for any organisms, and also a source of energy. We can't use the sun because we're underneath that ice crust.
And you think that energy is coming from that rocky third layer below?
Yes, there is a rocky mantle to Europa, and it is in contact with this ocean. And we believe there are some unusual features down here that are caused by Jupiter. Jupiter is huge. You can fit 1,000 Earths inside of it. And on top of that, the orbit of Europa is not quite circular. So when it gets close to Jupiter, it gets kind of squashed. And then when it gets further away, it releases this mechanical energy into thermal energy. And we believe this comes out as thermal vents at this interface between the rocky mantle and this ocean. And not only do these thermal vents release energy and additional chemicals, but they provide the ideal region for a habitable environment, which is the main goal of our mission. We're looking for a environment that could support life.
Yeah, and there is so much left to learn about Europa. Bonnie, I want to know what you are most excited about.
I'm most excited about the unknown. Every mission that has gone to an object we haven't studied in detail, we've discovered something that we couldn't envision, something so wonderful we couldn't imagine it. That's what I'm looking most forward to.
Great. Thank you so much, Bonnie.
Thank you so much, Raquel.
Raquel.
You just heard in that video that Europa and our moon are roughly the same size, but they could not be more different when it comes to water. Europa is believed to have twice as much water as Earth, while our moon has a fraction of that. NASA wants to learn how to use our moon's water.
They're all trying to find basically water. That's what they're doing.
The Europa Clipper mission will explore whether there's an ocean beneath Europa's icy crust. If it finds one, along with energy and organic molecules, then there would be the right ingredients for life.
Oh guys, tonight's stream is on obviously later on. Look guys, look what we've got.
NASA is also focusing on the water.
We have a PlayStation 5 finally.
Future Artemis missions.
Which I'm still getting used to.
Time astronauts return
look
to
at
the lunar
this.
surface in over 50 years to eventually send people to Mars.
I need to download a few games actually.
If NASA can figure out how to harvest and use the moon's water, astronauts could drink it, turn it into breathable air, or even use it for rocket fuel. Scientists
see, that's the best thing. They want to use it for like rocket fuel. So then we can go to places and still manage to, you know, get back.
Mission under the campaign and will pave the way for the first woman, first person of color, and first international partner astronaut to land on the lunar surface. That's your Artemis Moon Minute.
Artemis Moon Minute.
It's just incredible.
Check your phone, please.
All that NASA is trying to accomplish across our solar system.
It really is amazing, and all of these different missions and all the things that NASA is trying to do, they really play into each other. Everything that we learn about the moon, helps us understand things about our solar system, and it all just kind of feeds into each other.
Yeah.
Oh my
it's awesome.
And actually, to hear more about some of our agency's goals, let's head back to.
That's too funny.
Thanks, Megan.
You found the water.
NASA Associate Administrator Jim Free and NASA Chief Scientist Dr. Kate Calvin. Thank you both so much for being with us here today. You know, Jim, can you tell us a little bit more about why the Europa Clipper mission is so important for the space agency?
Sure, absolutely. So everywhere on Earth that we find water, we find life. And
no need for a rocket.
Has the conditions that are suitable for
life.
That's
the
water,
funny.
The energy, the chemistry, the stability. And that is, first of all, very exciting from a scientific perspective, as I stand next to the chief scientist. But it's also just exciting about what we're going to learn about Earth itself.
Me too.
And just how this advances the field of astrobiology as well. So it really does go to our innovating in air and space at NASA.
Absolutely. And Kate, you know, Hurricane Milton delayed the launch of Europa Clipper. And already this year there have been 13 named storms, with another hitting Florida only a few weeks ago. As we get ready to send the spacecraft to study its ocean world, its climate and environment, can you reflect on our own climate and the increase in storm activity?
Yeah, so Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene before it had devastating impacts.
I thought she was going to say Hurricane Hitler.
You know, our focus right now is making sure that we can get information to first responders so they can help with recovery efforts.
Right, I'm going to see if this works now. My short save button was not working.
And use that information.
Yeah, it's working now. Typical.
And plan for the future. And what we know is that climate change is leading to a higher proportion of strong hurricanes. So of the hurricanes that form, more of them are categories 3 through 5. And we're also seeing more heavy precipitation events.
Precipitation, which I still can't believe just means rain. It's literally just a boring way of saying rain.
Responders, but also thinking about how we can better plan and prepare for the future.
Absolutely. You know, Jim, going back to Europa, is Europa one day, you know, a target or a goal, a destination that NASA is perhaps one day sending astronauts to?
It's not a very kind place for human beings with the radiation environment that it has. So what it does set up for is our robotic explorers, which we have done throughout the entire solar system, and now with Voyagers even going beyond that.
Yeah.
But while Europa Clipper is exploring Europa, we'll have crews at the moon, further understanding the formation of the moon and how the formation of the solar system as well. So it's a complementary effort that goes to our whys at NASA, which is science, national posture, and inspiration. So we'll be doing that with both the Artemis and the Europa missions.
Nice.
Thank you guys both so much for joining us.
I'd say there are so many missions that
now, the Europa
take
Clipper
so
missions
long.
capture the attentions of people all over the world, even a beloved coach from the show, Ted Lasso.
Oh my God, Ted Lasso.
Hey everyone, I'm not a real coach, but this is a real beard. Today you have teams of people gathered for the launch of NASA's next big adventure.
If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, you need to, guys. It's so funny.
Collaboration and trust between scientists, engineers, and experts from various fields working together to ensure every aspect of the mission is meticulously planned and executed. Everyone involved has to believe in each other and in their collective capabilities to drive the project forward. There must be a sense of curiosity in order to push the boundaries of exploration, pushing people to ask new questions and seek answers to the unknown. And there must be kindness, a willingness to respect each other's contributions in a supportive environment where innovation thrives. Thank you so much to everyone involved in NASA's Europa Clipper mission.
He's definitely reading off a script, you can see.
Teamwork, belief, curiosity, kindness. They can take us a long way. All the way to the moons of Jupiter, which are out there.
No. Not that way.
Europa Clipper, baby.
Okay, I love that. I love that.
That was kind of cringe, but.
Yes, while funny, I mean, he really touched a lot on, you know, the things that matter to this team: teamwork, belief, curiosity, all those things.
Absolutely, he really gets it. You know that this mission is spacecraft hardware, but it's really the people, right? There's so many people involved in building this thing, and yeah, it's amazing.
Hey, Jimmy Neutron's friend, Kyle. Hello, Kyle.
Really spoke to you out of that story.
Yeah, I think it just really speaks to the humanity. You know, we are all humans. We're trying to do good things here, and when we're kind to each other, it really makes a difference. So him kind of acknowledging how important that is for our team to work well together, yeah, it just means a lot.
Yeah, that was a good pep talk.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks. All right, so we are now 22 minutes.
22 minutes, guys. We're getting there.
About Europa Clipper Live. So let's roll one video that we have now.
Oh.
Hello, my name is Liam. I'm in the 8th grade, and I was curious to know.
Wait, he's in the 8th grade. Mate, he's got a full-on fucking tash.
That question a lot. So there is actually some land under.
What's the 8th grade, Martin? You should know this.
And you're in the center of the
What's
Earth,
the 8th
and you
grade?
come up to the surface, maybe at the North Pole. First, you'd be at the very center where it's really warm.
That's got to
then
be
you go
like,
through a rocky layer,
yeah, I want to say year 9, year 10.
Is very similar to what we see on Europa. So underneath the ocean, there is this big rocky mantle, and actually we think that there may be hydrothermal vents on the floor of the ocean.
13 years old. Shut up. There is no way he's got a pedo tash at that age.
Do rockets travel at the same speed in outer space?
It's a great question. So when they're traveling through the atmosphere, the air slows them down. They have resistance from the air, but once you get into space, you can go a little bit faster for the same amount of.
You had one. When I was like 18. There's no way. I had a pedo tash at bloody.
Depending on where it is in the solar system, so we kind of have a huge variety of
bloody.
we end up at getting out to Jupiter.
13. There's no way.
Questions, #AskNASA. Okay, we're coming up on
32. Yeah, no.
Thank you very much.
I don't often keep my tash.
Right now, we're watching
I normally grow the whole thing
right
out.
Now we've got RP1 on the first stage, about 75% complete, about 70% complete on locks also on the first
Bloody
stage.
kid, tell me I had a pedo mash.
The RP1 on the second stage.
Yeah, stage 2 RP1 load complete, should be finishing up here shortly and getting ready.
Is he
for
trying to do the
load
announcement?
on, stage 2, so things continuing.
RP1 load is complete.
There you go.
Call out for a complete of RP1 on stage 2, but things are moving forward with propellant loading, getting ready for launch.
And now you see that LOX being vented out of the booster, which is condensing the warm Florida air.
Oh, how warm is that? So I wonder what would happen if you
it's a beautiful
did it.
Sight that you see there on your picture on the screen of Falcon Heavy. Looking really good as the propellant load continues.
As we look up there, you can see towards the top where Europa Clipper, the spacecraft and the star of the show, is sitting inside of its fairing. You can see
The sad thing is I knew exactly what you meant.
On this view, you can see the Europa Clipper logo, which is just below it, which is a pretty neat design that they made. I want to give you a little closer look at it. It was designed by the JPL team. Cynthia Phillips says it was
Cynthia, I like that name.
Something abstract and
it's quite a nice name.
We actually have a shot of that graphic, if we can pull that up, and there it is. It's a nice logo. The blue-white color scheme represents water ice. The elements on Europa being studied by the spacecraft. The shape looks like a snowflake or an ice crystal. And those two V-shaped portions represent the flybys, each pass of Clipper as it swoops in and then retreats. And then the dot in the center can be Europa, and the star shape can be the spacecraft. They put a lot of thought and design into this logo.
Yeah, it's a beautiful logo. Everybody is on board.
It does look quite nice, I have to say. It's quite
the community.
Calm.
Everybody's just excited about this mission and science, as Jenny was saying. And I know she's excited for this also, she and the JPL team. But beautiful logo.
Yep, looks good on a T-shirt and on the side of the rocket.
Stage 2 LOX load has started.
Hey.
And there goes stage 2 LOX load. So the final tank that needed to be filled has begun as we continue to make great progress tanking this vehicle. We'll send it back to Megan.
I like tanking my vehicle.
Great to hear that tanking's going well. All right, NASA's ambitious journey to Europa has inspired U.S. Poet Laureate Ada Limon to write In Praise of Mystery, a poem for Europa. It is such a powerful piece. Please check it out.
Well, I'm going to have to, aren't I?
In Praise of Mystery, a poem for Europa.
Oh, God, what are you...
Arching under the night sky, inky black expansiveness, we point to the planets.
Oh, my God.
We pin quick wishes on stars.
Jeez.
From Earth, we read the sky as if it is an unerring book of the universe, expert and evident. Still, there are mysteries below.
Oh. Oh. What have they done? They've experienced a malfunction there. Hello, is someone going to talk? We have some fuzz. Hello? I think they broke it. There's an airplane going above us. Sounds very bloody low. I think they pressed the wrong button, guys. What do you reckon? Oh, it's a little... Oh, it's a turboprop.
There are mysteries below our sky. The whale song, the songbird.
What are they doing? NASA, you keep messing up.
We are creatures of constant awe. Curious at beauty, at leaf and blossom.
Oh, it's one of the turboprops that got the
sun and shadow.
thing on the background. So it's come all the way from France. No, it hasn't.
That unites us, not the
Switzerland.
cold distance of space, but the offering of water. Each drop of rain, each rivulet, each pulse, each vein. Oh, second moon, we too are made of water. Of vast and beckoning seas, we too are made of wonders, of great and ordinary loves, of small invisible worlds, of a need to call out through the dark.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Paused a little bit, but I still think that you could really feel how powerful that piece is, and now we're so lucky to have Ada Lavone here with us. Thank you so much for being here. That was so moving. I was getting goosebumps.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. Such a thrill.
I want to ask you, what made you want to write about Europa, and how did you find, I mean, truly the perfect words for that piece?
Oh, thank you. I think for me it was
ChatGPT. She used ChatGPT.
This incredible prompt, in this incredible ask, I realized that it's not just a poem that's going to Europa, not just a poem that's on the Europa Clipper, but a poem that's for us. It's a poem for
She
everyone
used
here on Earth.
ChatGPT. I'm sorry.
That was really important to me as I tried to choose the right imagery and the right language.
Not a tough ask at all.
No, not at all.
And not only that, but we're taking your poem with us. So we have here a replica of the vault plate. This is the plate that's going, that is part of our vault on the spacecraft that's protecting all the sensitive electronics from all that radiation, and it's written in your own handwriting.
Yeah.
How does it feel knowing
That's
that
pretty
a piece
cool.
of you is going to Europa?
You know, one of the things that I keep focusing on is that it really is a poem for all of us. But
She used ChatGPT. Look how smile. Look at the smile she's got. She was using ChatGPT.
to really make my handwriting as perfect as could be. And every time I look at this piece, I feel like my grandmother is part of this project too.
I heard you had to rewrite it a few times to get it just
You
right.
think?
Yeah, she asked Chat, stop being such an AI.
As the poem itself, I assure you. And what do you hope people take away from this?
You know, I really hope that as we embark on this incredible voyage together, that we are reminded of the wonders all around us, that it's not just in these huge moments of exploration that wonders exist, but that they are everywhere around us all the time. And we can't be lonely if we are all connected to this universe.
Well put. Thank you so much. And I mean, one other note that I want to point out is, you know, Jenny has always talked about this, that mix between science and art. I mean, really, there is a connection we should be talking about.
Well, clearly there isn't a connection because you keep breaking up.
We do ourselves a disservice when we separate arts and science because we're connected by curiosity and wonder.
You know what they say about curiosity? Kill the cat.
You're the U.S. Poet Laureate. Ada, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And thank you for the beautiful piece of poetry you gave us for this mission.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been the honor of my life.
Thank you. Thank you so much. If you
What are they doing?
Inspired, really, as Ada was, to write about our universe, and you want to write your own poetry, the QR code on your screen now is going to take you to a space poetry writing activity brought to you by NASA JPL. All right, another check of the clock. We are now 11 minutes, 51 seconds and counting from liftoff. Jenny, let's squeeze in a few more NASA social questions. What do you think?
Absolutely.
What the hell are they doing?
Okay, let's pull the one up on the screen right now. This one is, how can we convert images to evidence of valid life and organisms? If it's proven, the next steps.
Absolutely. So, you know, Europa Clipper is not a life detection mission, so we're not trying to prove that there is life there now. But what we are trying to do is characterize if this could be a habitable environment. And so, but even so, the images that we're going to get, we learn so much from images. Even just, you know, looking at a photograph of the surface tells us a lot about the geology, why the surface looks the way it does. You know, why it looks like that.
Oh my gosh, what the hell is going on?
That causes the surface to look that way.
And they not paid their
And so
internet
that tells
bill or
us about the
something.
ocean. So there's a lot we can infer from even just looking at images of the surface.
Yeah, I mean, considering that you're talking about this, let's actually pull up a picture now. So you said earlier that prior missions sparked our interest in Europa. Well, this is a 2022 pic from the Juno spacecraft, taken from less than 310 miles above the moon's surface. And you see all those fractures, you know, that's what Jenny was talking about, fractures, the ridges, the bands that crisscross the moon's surface. I mean, from this image, that's how you guys discovered that maybe there is something happening underneath there.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
It's part of how we know that there is water underneath the ice. When you think about our moon is covered in craters, right? It's just pockmarked, and so many bodies in the solar system are that way as well. But Europa's surface is really different. There are some craters, but not very many, and that tells us that is a kind of a young surface, at least geologically speaking, and that begs the question of why. So, you know, that was one of the avenues of scientific questioning that we had that led us to believe that there is water underneath the ice.
Right. You know, Europa. Well, it is Jupiter's fourth largest moon and only slightly larger than our moon. It's really, really cold at Europa. Surface temperatures range from about minus 210 to minus 370 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Scientists estimate its ice shell is 10 to 15 miles thick. Because of all that ice, Europa is
damn
power. The spacecraft now on internal power. There is strong evidence of our ocean, of an ocean beneath that icy crust that could hold over twice the volume of Earth's oceans. And then Europa, Jupiter every 3.5 Earth days, with the same side always facing the planet. That is super fast.
That is 3.5.
That is very.
That for a second. 3.5 days to orbit Jupiter. That's so fast.
Yeah. All right, and let's take a look at the launch.
That's pretty crazy.
There are now 9 minutes and counting until Europa Clipper launches. No issues to speak right now. The weather conditions are fantastic. I mean, your screen right there. Jenny, how are you feeling?
I am just absolutely buzzing.
Buzzing like a bloody live stream.
Just so excited.
Let's just drop down to 1080p. Let's see.
I'm really excited to get Clipper up into space where it belongs.
Yeah, I know this is super thrilling for you and the Europa team, but this is also a huge moment for astrobiologists and really the scientific
community.
Okay,
they've definitely got a bit of a problem, guys.
Kind of the study of how, you know, life is distributed around the universe.
RP1 load is complete.
And
so one of the things that was really exciting about Europa is that it's a place in our own solar system that could be habitable. And so this, you know, going to Europa to see it means a lot for the astrobiology community and, of course, for humanity at large.
Well, Jenny, here we go with the final moments of the
Here we go, guys. We are getting there.
All right, thank you very much, ladies. And here at Hangar AE, we are continuing to monitor the launch countdown. And so far, we're at minutes and
oh my god, this is so annoying. Can you guys just pay?
Coming from the second stage LOX line that goes to the engine there. They're gathering data, keep an ear and an eye.
What are you guys doing?
So far, everything else looks track okay.
Yeah, everything's proceeding forward with
my
load.
god, it's just like
stage 1 RP1 is complete on the 3 so things are continuing to move forward there, and propellant loading will be finishing up here shortly as the team gets the vehicle ready.
The team at JPL
oh my god.
Also on console for their space just
honestly, how can you mess up this bad? It's almost like the bit rate has changed.
About 2 minutes, but things are good to go, and things are looking good. Preparations for the spacecraft.
So annoying.
Chill has started.
There we hear the call for booster engine chill started on the 27 Merlin engines, getting ready.
It's 5 o'clock, guys. So we are 47 seconds
5 seconds
off.
and counting for liftoff of SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket and NASA's Europa Clipper at the very top.
Oh my God.
It is a beautiful day here in Florida for launching a rocket.
NYRP1 load is complete.
As we wrap up loading the RP1 in the first stage boosters, we've just seen all 3 go completely filled. Now we await for all
completely filled
tanks inside the first stage booster to get to their full point. You can tell they're most of the way there. As you look on your screen there, you see the cold, the icy cold rocket condensing that Florida air.
Yeah, the team's continuing to load second stage also with LOX, and we're getting very close. We can see on the telemetry here that the LOX load of the 3 boosters is getting near completion. The team is continuing to follow the procedures and look at the vehicle, make sure that we are good to go for a launch at 12:06. But things are progressing.
Let's go back to him.
Procedure, Daryl, and all is looking good for a great launch with this beautiful weather that we have at Launch Complex 39.
Here we go, guys. We are getting ready.
Coming up next, we are going to start
5 minutes.
The tower, strong back from the rocket. That happens in less than a minute.
I still can't get over Falcon Heavy or like the Falcon 9 boosters without landing legs or grid fins. It looks so weird. Like we're not going to see any booster landings. We're not going to see any attempts at recovery. Oh God, that's not.
We're also listening to the launch team as they discuss the data coming in that they're looking at.
Nice.
The teams continue to follow the procedure, as I said, and work the loading of propellant, finishing up the topping of the 3 boosters. And
I know something that didn't happen.
As we mentioned earlier, the 3 boosters are expendable fully. They will not be coming back for landing today.
That's insane.
So SpaceX is getting the team ready to launch this vehicle today.
Hey.
That the strong back is retracting.
That is this little bit here. We'll just lean back a little tiny bit, just enough.
That strong back
to
appears to have retracted.
Yeah, just enough, just to move back a little bit. So then, when it gets ready to actually lift off, it goes all the way back.
So we're getting some discussion on the nets regarding the second stage.
Oh, what's happening?
NY LOX load is complete.
As we just got completion of LOX load for the Y booster. We're looking for now the center core and the plus Y.
So, mate, he's got his phone near the bloody.
The LDN net with a final status check.
Yes, LD, this is NLM on countdown 1. NASA spacecraft and the NASA team is go for launch pending resolution of the anomaly.
Oh, so we have an issue
Go pending outbrief
with the
issue being discussed on the anomaly net.
Affirmative.
Okay, Tim, so they've mentioned that they're working an anomaly. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so as we mentioned, they're monitoring some temperatures on the second stage, and things are the teams continue to look at that as they continue filling second stage with liquid oxygen. They're continuing to look at that and monitor that as far as they can into the
Right, so there's the center core, and now we want Y+.
LOX load. Center core is just finished up, so all 3 boosters are filled with LOX and RP1. Second stage has RP1 on, and we're getting near completion of stage 2 LOX load as the team continues to look at that temperature in the second stage. But we did hear NASA launch manager Tim Dunn tell Charlie Myers, SpaceX launch director, that they are go for launch pending the resolution of this temperature issue. So the team is continuing to work that. And the team will continue to progress forward in their procedure.
So these discussions are happening very quickly as we are counting down now.
Will the side boosters actually drop off?
Absolutely.
Fire,
stage 2 LOX load.
air and water, yes.
And the team
I love it.
Working that, and as you
It literally takes all of that to do a bloody rocket.
They're working their procedures.
Come on.
And having these discussions.
I feel like we might get the dreaded words.
12:06, and things are progressing forward for the launch this morning.
Oh, I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it. I feel like I can hear it coming.
Weather is 95% go.
So, wow, weather 95.
On the outside, they have flown before the Psyche mission.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
A year ago. They are back on the pad along with a brand new
we shall find at T minus 40 seconds.
Spacecraft.
Or is it 50? I think it's 50 seconds.
Yeah, Daryl, I can confirm. Falcon Heavy is that everybody is go for
okay, they're going for the start up.
Issue they were looking at on
just think, right, guys, we saw Starship get caught by one of them towers yesterday. I still can't. Oh, we go for launch.
SpaceX is ready for launch.
Okay.
And Europa Clipper getting ready to lift off.
And there's a great update as now it vents out the locks inside the line of the transporter erector. We are inside of 30 seconds.
30 seconds and counting.
Here we go, guys. Are we ready to see a Falcon Heavy launch? A day after Super Heavy Starship flies.
Here we go.
No poll today.
10,
I actually forgot the poll, yeah.
8, 7, 6.
I was meant to do it, but I forgot.
4, 3, 2.
There we go.
Ignition.
And lift off. Super Heavy. Super Heavy. Falcon Heavy. Jeez, look at it.
Engine chamber pressures are nominal.
Just remember, guys, this was the leader of the most powerful rocket since the Saturn 5? Or was it the... Yeah, I think it was the second place over to Saturn 5. And then SLS come along, Starship. And it's just crazy. Oh, look at that. We're going. Now, I have tried to make a Falcon Heavy in KSP2. I can never seem to. Oh, camera team loses it a bit.
Max Q.
Locking into the rocket on a clear blue sky.
So, I think there is more fuel in the core stage.
Next thing up in about 2 minutes
I think.
will be booster engine cutoff, where we see the two side booster engines, all 18, shut down and get ready for booster separation. But the vehicle is performing very well. Looking at all the telemetry that we have, power.
It's so weird not to see SpaceX go live. Like, this is one of their rockets, and they're not. They're just letting NASA do their stream.
B-side boosters, once they do their job, they will be expended. If you're familiar with the Falcon Heavy, you know that they bring the boosters back on certain launches, but not on this one, because all of the performance is needed to push Europa Clipper into its proper orbit.
Damn. It's pretty sad actually to see this.
Heads down its ascent phase here.
Matey, turn your phone on silent.
This flight this morning.
It's an iPhone as well.
Very well.
Look at that. Nice.
Just about 30 seconds away from separating those side boosters. Their engines will cut off first, then they will separate.
MVAC is chilling.
Starting to chill down that MVAC D
So,
in the second stage.
Is this...
That's where we need to get the engine chilled to the proper temperatures before flowing liquid oxygen and RP1 into it. So they're conditioning the engine to make sure things are ready.
So they're just going to go straight stage separation.
For booster separation.
Booster engine cutoff. Side booster separation.
Oh, okay, so they...
there they go.
So there must be more fuel in the center core.
Those two boosters previously flown on Psyche. This will be their 6th flight. We thank you for their service this morning. They did a great job of getting Falcon Heavy and Europa Clipper on its way as the center core takes over. Continues mission down.
You are excused and expended of.
Trajectory look nominal, and chamber
an explosion bolts. Exactly, yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Cut off of the main engine on the center core booster that remains.
So there surely must be more fuel in the core
4
stage.
seconds after that, we will separate.
But it looks the same size.
Flying out over the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, here we go.
There's a look from inside.
There we see stage 1
stage separation confirmed.
And stage separation from the center core.
So it's not really much extra.
SES-1.
We're getting some applause here in the mission director's center, and there you see the MVAC-D engine lighting up.
Say goodbye to the other booster.
Next thing up in about 10 seconds will be fairing.
That is 3 boosters expended.
The fairing is protected.
And just think, that is a normal thing.
Space. We don't need that fairing anymore.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Fairing is separated, and those will be recovered, Daryl, by SpaceX's own recovery ship, Go Cosmos.
Oh, Go Cosmos.
So you see them falling away into space. That is the only part of this rocket that will be recovered.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The glow of the MVAC-D engine as it performs its first burn here. This is about a 3-minute and 47-second burn. Things are looking great. Matter of fact, this is one of the shortest first burns that has been done on a Falcon Heavy by SpaceX, but it is required to get us into that parking orbit for that long coast that we have to get ready for the interplanetary trajectory that we're going to need to get Europa Clipper on its way that we heard Jenny talk about to get those Earth assist slingshots as it heads on its way for its mission. So things looking really good this morning with the performance of the Falcon Heavy. MVAC is performing well, and everything looks good thus far in today's mission.
Usually those burns are the other way around, with a longer first burn and a shorter second burn. But
right. Yeah, I was going to say, that makes a lot more sense, yeah.
Of the MVAC-D engine, the stage 2 that's carrying Europa Clipper.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, is there more fuel in the middle one, but it's the same size? So yeah, throttling the core stage. Because also then when the boosters fall away, that's a lot less mass that it can then, you know, push a bit more.
We had a beautiful weather day for launch, and as we're looking at MVAC flying in space with Europa Clipper, it is such a gorgeous view.
I'm so scared now of just anything here. Like, I remember that this vent is right. That vent is absolutely fine. But if we start seeing things start leaking and that, I tell you, I'm going to cry.
And now we're into space, dealing with the harsh conditions up there.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
So FTS has been turned off.
Stage 2 has made its way into space, far enough away for us to be able to.
Which means its perigee is higher than
from second stage
the Earth's atmosphere.
As we'll see the MVAC-D shut down and get ready for a long coast, getting Europa Clipper into that parking orbit and on its way for the next firing that we will have, the second stage, number 2, to get it into that interplanetary transfer orbit that we need to get Europa Clipper started. So things looking very well this morning. We're about 30 seconds from that stage.
We're getting there, guys.
Psyche 1.
That's right. Terminal guidance. Get into that coast phase. These views brought to you.
Oh, beautiful. Starlink.
Ground stations across.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That are pulling in.
I forgot. Yeah.
The high resolution.
Oh, I thought.
Data from the cameras.
I thought it was
looking good. Just a few seconds away from cutting
Starlink on the second stage.
And there it goes.
Hey, we have Psyche 1.
Yep, things look really well on the stage burn result. Apogee, perigee, and everything for the mission looks really good. Engine performance very well. performance by the second stage for this first burn. And things continue to look good as we head into this long coast for this parking orbit.
Look at them, they're almost burning up now.
It's a long coast, and we'll hit that.
And also, so actually, stage 1, the 2 boosters should have burnt up by now.
3 minutes and 9 seconds. And Mick, you saw the data from it. All looked pretty good.
See, I don't know if you noticed, but as they cut off, they turn sideways to give them more like drag, so they actually explode.
Stage 1 and Stage 2 performed very well on that ascent flight, and we'll continue to follow Stage 2 to get ready for that second burn, and then of course what we're really looking forward to, Europa Clipper separation.
It's going to be a beautiful moment. If the pictures are as clear as we've seen so far, we will see it in all of its glorious detail.
Right, so how long is the...
We will continue monitoring the coast phase of the second stage with Europa Clipper, and we will bring that to you. Of course, any updates that we have, we'll check back in with you in a little bit, but for now, let's send it back to the hostess.
Give us some time. What time? What's the time?
Wow. I mean, if you're just joining us, welcome live.
Oh, Kyle's happy.
Florida, where we just saw a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket soar off the launch pad with the Europa Clipper spacecraft.
She's so happy. She's so happy.
Yeah, you did a good job of keeping me upright watching the launch.
Yeah, how are you feeling? How was it to see that and feel that too? I mean, that was honestly one of the loudest and most powerful rocket launches that I've personally felt here.
Wait until you see Starship launch from 39A. I tell you, that's going to be insane.
That it's finally going up into space, and I feel almost at a loss for words.
Yeah, I know. She was like, I am sobbing. I am sobbing. Everybody can understand that, right? I mean, this is one of my favorite parts of being part of the broadcast, because I do get to watch it with the co-host, and really, this is so much of your life that you're seeing culminate in a rocket launch.
It is. It's a huge. Again, it's almost indescribable. Just the amount of time and effort and all the people involved that got us to here and to witness that moment is just unlike anything I can describe.
And can you believe it? We are still very much at the beginning of this spacecraft's journey. It is headed for Jupiter's icy moon, Europa.
Icy moon.
Scientists believe could be the best chance of finding the ingredients for life outside our planet. It will take the spacecraft 5.5 years to travel the nearly
It's crazy.
miles to Europa.
I'm going to be...
This is a mission developed by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California and Johns Hopkins University's Applied Physics Laboratory in Maryland.
I'm going to be 37 when this gets to Europa. That is mental.
Life as we know it.
Yeah, you know, on this planet, everywhere
I might have possibly gone to Florida in that time.
That we think that there's this massive ocean of water underneath the ice on Europa is just, how could you resist, you know? So we think that Europa has
maybe the distance.
Along with the chemistry and the energy and the time. It's been kind of simmering away for a long time.
Sure.
It's a great place to go explore.
And how exciting would it be, right, if we could verify that there are the makings of life as we know it on Europa. So let's dig into the science that is going to make this possible.
Right. How long is this break for?
We have several ocean worlds in our solar system. And by exploring Europa, we're getting a taste of what these
Right, guys, I'm going to quickly pop out. I need the toilet. I shall be back in a second, okay? Don't go anywhere. We will be here all the way to spacecraft separation and all of that lot. So I shall see you in a second, guys.
Original primitive organisms on Earth from which we all evolved.
I just love Europa's surface. I think it's one of the most complex surfaces in our solar system. Typically, when you look at another planetary surface, it's covered with craters, just like our moon.
There are shockingly few impact craters. That means something's going on to erase the craters, just like happens here on Earth, and on Earth we call that geology. One of the key questions right now that we have about Europa is whether or not there's plume activity.
Plumes are one way that you can definitely get ocean material to the surface. We really need a spacecraft in the system that's watching Europa to see when those plumes are happening, if they're happening. Europa Clipper is orbiting Jupiter, and it's performing 49 flybys of Europa.
Each time we make a flyby, we turn on all of the instruments at once.
Most of us know about cameras because that's what our eyes see, but there is a whole slew of other instruments on board Europa Clipper that expands our vision.
We have 4 different instruments that we're really using to take images of Europa's surface. We have the visible wavelength, the near infrared, the far infrared, and the UV, the ultraviolet.
We're hoping to see evidence of change, new cracks, new surface colors that indicate different materials maybe have moved around or come up from the subsurface.
We have an instrument that can sniff the very thin atmosphere, the gases, and determine the composition with extreme precision. And we have another instrument that can tell us the composition of dust particles.
We have a magnetometer and a plasma instrument that are going to be studying that magnetosphere environment that Europa is sitting in and Jupiter's magnetosphere environment.
The magnetic field of Europa, in turn, can tell us about the properties of the ocean. How thick is it, and how salty is it?
And then we have this novel ice-penetrating radar that will try to get below the ice shell.
Last but not least, we have a gravity experiment using the communication system of the spacecraft, and from that we can get essentially a map of the gravity field.
We can get the shape, understand what's underneath, maybe even get some information on the depth of the ocean. It's really a sophisticated payload.
The pictures that we are going to get back are going to be just fantastic.
The legacy of Europa Clipper will be just a treasure trove of knowledge about this world.
Just to find an environment that is similar to the one from which life arose on Earth would really be groundbreaking. It would be awesome.
We don't know if Earth is the only place that life got started, or if it's really common. And a really important way to get at that is to understand, is there life elsewhere in our solar system?
And we were proud to host JPL directors here at Kennedy for launch. She's with Tony now, and they both had a spectacular view of launch.
That's right, Megan. What a spectacular sight indeed. And like you mentioned, we have a very special guest with us, JPL Director Lori Leshin. Lori, congratulations first off on what a beautiful launch and now an exciting mission ahead.
What a great day. We're so excited. Thanks to SpaceX for the fabulous ride.
Absolutely. And, Lori, what would you like to say to the teams who have put in so much hard work and dedication, to this mission?
More than 4,000 people across many different organizations have worked on Europa Clipper, and we're so proud of them and so grateful for their hard work, for their families who supported them, and especially the 150 or so with us from JPL who rode out the hurricane here. Thank you.
Absolutely. And, can you tell us a little bit more about why planetary missions are important in general that we go and study?
Well, it's really about who we are. Even though it's a robot we're sending out into space, it's a very human endeavor to want to explore the unknown, and especially to want to understand where life came from, how we originated, whether there could be other life out there. It's really a fabulous quest, and we're so fortunate to be able to do that through NASA's science program.
Definitely. And can you tell us a little bit more about the Europa Clipper vault plate and why teams decided to include one?
The vault plate is so wonderful. It builds on a great history. People know about the Voyager Golden Record, which carried messages from Earth into deep space. It's kind of following in that tradition, and to have a special poem written by Ada Limon, the U.S. Poet Laureate, we're over the moon, over Europa, about being able to carry her words with us and to carry 2.6 million names of Earthlings with us as we go explore Europa.
Absolutely, a lot of special mementos on there indeed. Now that launch has occurred, what are some of those key milestones that the teams are going to be looking out for on its way, on Europa's way to Jupiter?
Right. So just today, we'll be looking about 1 hour out is when we separate from the upper stage of the rocket. 3 or 3.5 hours out is very important because that's when our solar arrays, those giant size of a basketball field or basketball court solar arrays, deploy. We need those because we need power. And then in just 4 months' time, we'll fly by Mars for our first gravity assist. So it's going to be excitement all the way along on our way to Jupiter.
Absolutely. Lori, thank you so much for joining us again here today. Back over to you, Megan.
Guess who's back? Back again. I have snacks as well.
I know the team
I have lots of snacks.
When the rocket lifted off, but now Raquel
And I have a glass of milk. Look at that. It is horrible weather out there, guys, honestly.
You can see the team is getting ready
Right.
for Europa Clipper's next milestone. Now we showed you them gearing up for this moment.
How long, guys, have we got?
Signal, but there's a lot happening in there that you can't see. That's why I caught up with mission manager Tracy.
Right,
Lane.
I think, guys, we might play the PS5 for a little bit.
And Tracy,
So what I'm going to do,
space here in Mission Control. Here in Mission Control,
quickly turn that off.
A lot of folks who are paying attention to the configuration of the spacecraft before launch, but our main role is to catch the baby, that's Europa Clipper, so that we're ready to control
Right.
it once it's well on its way. And you'll be right up front here with your
Boom.
headset on, talking to
God,
them
it's
in the room.
chilly outside. It is raining.
Sure. I, as mission manager, am making sure everything's running smoothly here and communicating status to
Alright,
the
we're
flight
gonna-
manager in Florida. Next to me is the flight director, whose job is to do what their title sounds like. direct
Right,
or
goodbye.
guide through the
Actually, no, we'll play without sound, actually.
So the flight director is
So we're going to be listening to
here is
her.
the spacecraft.
The primary engineer talking to the spacecraft is the ACE. They're paying attention to the
ACE.
link between the spacecraft and the deep space network on the ground. They actually get to hit the buttons that send commands to the spacecraft when they're ready to do that. Behind
I'm
them
just
is
going to open
Tom,
this.
who's responsible for all the hardware on board, the radio, making sure that that's working so the spacecraft can communicate to the ground. And there are some other roles too who are ensuring that the data from the spacecraft is coming to this room properly. The phase lead sits over here, and her job is to understand all the things that are supposed to happen before and during launch, so that if things start to go a little sideways, she'll be heavily involved in making sure we understand how to deal with them. Navigation are assessing and understanding the track that the spacecraft is on once it separates from the launch vehicle, so that the antenna on the ground can point to it and track it.
And then this row behind you, they're making sure Europa Clipper's healthy, correct?
That's right. While systems here is ensuring that all of the different parts of the spacecraft work together, the folks back here are paying attention to individual pieces. Avionics and flight software are paying attention to the computer and the software
Right,
that's running.
here we go, guys. We are going to play a bit of GTA online. You guys are getting a sneak peek. I don't know if Rich has already got GTA 5 PS5 version downloaded, so we'll see.
The right temperature ranges. Propulsion is noting everything that has to do with thrusting on the spacecraft is working. Then guidance, navigation, and control and motion behavior are ensuring the spacecraft is pointed in the right direction
Oh,
and moving the way that it
that's
should.
good.
And there's a special role here too, the test bed. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, the test bed is a set of hardware and software components in another room that we have two of them set up like a simulation of the spacecraft, so that if things go a little bit off kilter, then we can use them to troubleshoot what's going on.
And there's one more thing I'd like to ask you about. There is a tradition here at JPL that involves
Nuts.
snacks. Could you tell us more about
That's
this?
right. These are the Lucky Peanuts. And as the story goes, back in the 60s, an engineer was
Right.
handing out peanuts during a launch just to ease the tension in the room. That one went really well, and so now, as our tradition is, we have Lucky Peanuts with every major event. Lucky Peanuts.
Thank you so much, Tracy.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
As you can see, Tracy is here now, and the entire Europa Clipper team are in high gear. This isn't the only room where the team is. Let's take a live look at an additional operation room. This is where an overflow of the team is working
Oopsie.
and after launch. Megan, back to you.
That was actually kind of funny.
Video and tour, Raquel, because it really was cool to see all the people again that is making this mission possible, and we have even more people for you all to meet. Take a look.
Humans can be pretty smart, and we do discover a lot of great things, but there is still so much that we don't know.
It was like one of the most exciting.
That was actually one of the best things I've ever done.
Very fortunate and privileged to be supporting this mission. The Europa Clipper is NASA's flagship mission to explore a moon of Jupiter called Europa. Here's our Europa Clipper spacecraft being built.
How do you build
Yeah.
a spacecraft to go visit
Yeah.
a world that
I was too
exists
busy
outside
actually
of
watching the
What we're looking for
rocket.
is what's underneath the surface. My name is Valeria Salazar, and I help put together all the hundreds of different components that make up Europa Clipper.
My name is Andres Rivera.
My name is Jenny Kampmeyer.
My name is Sarah Elizabeth McCandless, and I am an interplanetary navigator.
Do you know what you need her? Do you keep the same level, or do you want to start again? I kept the same level. I actually didn't. You can start all over again, but I don't want to do that because what? We've not got much time really until GTA 6, so I decided keep the set. God, this car. Come on. I like this car. See, Jimmy Neutron looks so much cooler there. Jimmy Neutron's friend even. Kyle. What are we going to do? Honestly, the first thing I did when I got GTA on the PlayStation 5 was literally what everyone does. Go to the... Oh, no! John, keep going, keep going, keep going, come on. I'm still getting used to the PS5 controller. It's
something that's going to help us understand better.
It's not Kyle. 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 I can't. I don't know. Right, so we're going to take a shortcut. Yeehaw! Come on, land it, land it. Oh, beautiful. Oh no, oh no.
You get every single time we see some of the members of
It's the glasses. I think that's what does it.
We did meet a lot, but that's still a fraction.
Oh, there's a post. Oh, this car is all over the shop.
Fraction of a fraction. I mean, we totaled it up recently, and there are thousands of people who have worked on this project over the years. So
Carl.
Some people have been working towards this mission for 25 years, so that is really easy to believe.
I'm trying to say Carl. Yeah, Carl.
Wow. And you know, Europa Clipper is the largest.
Oh man, is this all we've got? Okay, we're getting a little Beechcraft.
Thanks, Megan. Joining me is Dr. Robert Papalardo, the Europa Clipper project scientist. You know, Europa, Bob, what exactly are we expecting to find, you know, with this Europa Clipper mission?
Well, the Europa Clipper carries the most sophisticated suite of instruments that we've ever sent to the.
Look at the Starship Tower in the background.
Radar that can penetrate through ice like a CAT scan.
Well, I need to change chat actually.
High resolution imaging.
Right, chat box.
For spots, plumes at Europa. All these wonderful techniques that combine together to tell us could Europa
there we go.
be the kind of place that could.
Right, can we still take off in this little amount of time?
Very exciting. I mean, can you tell us a little bit more about how scientists will indeed confirm that Europa can support life, like you said?
Sure. We want to understand whether Europa has the so-called
full power
for life. Liquid water,
and rotate.
Chemical elements.
Gear him.
And then the energy that could support life. So understanding Europa as a whole can tell us whether
this plane is really, really slow.
And you know, Europa's an ocean world. What kind of ocean are we looking at here? Is it going to be one like Earth that has, you know, a variety of warmer, cooler water?
Should we try and land, guys, on Mount Chiliad?
Probably not too dissimilar from cold oceans at Earth, Arctic oceans. But here, covered with a layer of ice. But the temperature will be similar to Arctic oceans. It's probably salty. We're not sure how salty. And the pressure at the bottom of Europa's ocean is probably similar to the pressure at the bottom of the deepest point in Earth's ocean.
The Mariana
Earth
Trench.
has a lot more gravity, but Europa's ocean is a lot deeper.
That's very exciting. You know, now that Europa Clipper has launched, how does it feel for you, Bob, for the teams and everything now to see this mission?
Here we go, guys.
It's overwhelming. That launch was incredible. And here we are. It's the culmination of so many years.
We're going to get up to the top.
People, and now we're on our way.
We're going to land on the building.
Now we'll start getting great data from Europa.
That is so exciting. I know all of us here are very much looking forward to that.
Right, so we got to come in at an angle.
We'll send it back over to you, Megan.
And actually, Jenny, you and I were just talking. Bob is one of those people who has been working on this for 25 years.
25 years.
Really kind of I know how much this moment means to him to finally get here. And yeah, him and, you know, obviously...
That is quite crazy.
Well, but 25 years. Can you...
All right, here we go.
Yeah, again, very composed for someone.
Oh, there's the building. Right, we're going to slow down a little bit.
Made a point to keep the spacecraft as clean as possible before launching to its destination. Here's why that is so important.
I have the coolest job on Europa Clipper. I keep the
Go on.
spacecraft biologically clean. This means I am
There we go.
able to reduce the amount of bacteria.
Oh, we're gonna just kiss it.
The Chemi and her team need to keep the spacecraft as biologically clean.
Right, I need to
as
start the engines again.
To help protect this environment, as well as the other planets and moons. Europa
Do you know, the
Clipper
draw
will
distance
encounter.
is so good
We're really helped
on the
by this
PS5.
awesome
We're
clean
gonna
room
stall.
here. It says a
We're
lot
gonna
of
stall.
work for us.
Oh no, 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 no! Come on, come on, come on!
Clean room. Everything is very tightly controlled. It's cleaned before it comes in, and we sample anything that is going to come close to the spacecraft. We're sampling in 3 different directions, and each different
I need
direction
more
is a
horizontal
different
speed.
face of this wipe. We want to give ourselves the best chance to pick up any bacteria.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Come on, baby!
We
Yes!
process all of our flight support samples.
Oh my
So I need
God.
to take this wipe that we use to sample the spacecraft surfaces and get it into this bottle, and then I'll add some soapy water to this, and then from there, we're gonna take the
Nice.
bacteria into that soapy water.
Do you know what? I'm actually quite happy with that landing.
Using sound to finally shake all of the last little bacteria off into our soapy water.
And then we've moved.
There
to
we
the
go.
next step, heat shock. What we're trying
Goodbye.
to do is kill off all of the weaker types of bacteria and leave just the hardy bacteria.
Next, we're going to filter this. The liquid will filter through, and the bacteria will stick on top.
Here we
of
go.
the filter.
Oh, hello.
From there,
What the
we
hell
put
was that?
Into a plate of bacteria food. From there, we let it grow for
Ah.
3 days. We count
Look at this.
24 hours for
Beautiful.
3 days. They are really diverse.
We are now at the
They come in different
highest.
colors. They can be tall and ridgy.
Is
or
that
really
higher?
circular and smooth. Some of them really spread out. We use that number to estimate.
We are basically
how
at the
much
highest
liquid
point
is
of the
on
map
spacecraft.
that you can get to.
Think of Europa's ocean like a nature reserve.
And
We
look
don't
at
want to
this.
Contaminate it with anything.
Out of the
I
thousands
wonder
of
if you
samples
could
that
actually
we collected,
shoot
only
someone.
about a dozen have required us to add
What I
some
love
engineering
about
reclaiming
with
hardware so that we can
GTA
go
and the
sample it.
PS5 controller, when you're doing that,
All right, let's go back to
it's
Daryl
smooth.
to get another status
But when
update on
you
the rocket.
go to shoot, it's smooth and it's like stopped, and then shoot.
Eastern Daylight Time from right here
It's
at the
so
Space
good.
Center in Florida. We are
It sort of adds as like a
since then,
sort of
the
camera,
progress of this coast phase, we do
a
not have
camera
to
shot
do
button.
currently for it, but we are expecting to pick that back up at our next ground station.
Ooh.
We're currently flying over top of close to, as you can see right there, the
Africa.
southern, tip of Africa.
Yeah, Daryl, the telemetry and ascent is coast is.
See, SpaceX kind of do with the
Data here shortly, and you know one of the
with
new things that we're doing with Falcon Heavy is get ready to
what's it
start
called,
up, Stage
Starship,
2 for its second
actually
flight,
come over
using the NASA TDRS
this way.
the tracking data and relay system to be able to pick up that
Right, should we jump off, guys? Do we have a parachute? Yes, we do.
So that's the first time we'll be using that for Falcon Heavy, and things are
Yeehaw!
looking great. So we are hearing.
We got a bit of
just
smoke.
got, at AOS from our Cape Town ground station.
It's kind of good that we don't actually have a cable car.
Things are looking really good.
I mean, it would be funny, wouldn't it?
That has just popped up for the
Yeehaw!
coast.
Die, 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 die.
At altitude. So
Hey!
look good during this coast.
Yeehaw!
We gained again our telemetry now. We can see exactly where the second stage is and the spacecraft. All is good now. And
Find a the longest free fall challenge.
when we lose
Ah, yes.
stations, so that we're going to use a satellite.
There's a lobby.
All right, so we're back online now, and we'll send it back to Megan and
Right, we're gonna go land down to this
I told
vehicle.
you earlier how the spacecraft's sensitive electronics are in a special vault to protect them from Jupiter's intense radiation belts. This is a piece.
I'm pretty good at these free fall ones.
And as we said, it has U.S. Poet Laureate Ada Lamone's poem engraved on it, but also we wanted to point out this. This is a part of NASA's Message in a Bottle campaign. Can you tell us about
Message in a bottle.
6 million people signed their name on
Here we
this
go.
poem and her message out to Europa and out to the stars.
Yeah, coming in.
They, these names are not they're not digitally encoded in a microchip. They're actually etched. This kind of micro etching, nano etching.
On that.
Alright, here we go, guys. So we're going to steal this plane now. And we're going to go as high as possible. And then we're going to jump out.
Because I was incredulous about that. I
Once,
was like,
obviously, the
So I did find out that JPL technicians used an electron beam to stencil all those names, and each line of text was smaller than 1/1000th the width of a human hair.
Yeah. Jeez.
Absolutely wild, right?
Yeah, take a look at the video now. This is them actually stenciling, like you said.
Oh, I got
those names on there. And I just love how many people, again, as you said, 2.6 million wanted to take a part in this and have their names go.
There we go. I was trying to shut the
It really is
door.
incredible that, you know, the public got so excited. Everyone wanted to send their name along Europa Clipper out to Jupiter.
I think, did I do? No, I didn't do Jupiter. I did Mars.
Flip over the vault plate because there's so much in with this vault plate. We want to point out the other side as well.
Yeah, so the
Oh,
other
that's
side
pretty
of the
cool.
vault plate has the word for water in about 104 languages, and these are the audio.
Oh, in
and
audio
visual
form. That's
saying
cool.
Water.
Wow.
Because water is the thing that connects our two
Water
worlds,
is
connects
life.
Earth and Europa.
Life is
What a beautiful
water.
way to embody this mission, really, in this.
Come
vault.
on.
It really, yeah, it's really incredible.
This is really.
Okay, so
This is
next
slower
up,
than the previous plane, I think.
Several ways you could be involved in this mission. Some of you took part in an art challenge, so let's take a look at some of those pictures now.
Oh,
that's nice.
Go, means go.
Mize is one of the instruments.
Mize is one of the instruments.
Oh,
We
Mize,
love
okay.
saying things like "Go Mize, go," "Go Clipper, goes." That's amazing to see. Oh,
Oh, that's great. So what a creative.
That's pretty cool.
And that is what
That's
folks
cute.
or this child is hoping to maybe see on Europa, right?
yes, and in kind of our wildest dreams, we hope we see things like that.
A narwhal, yeah. Oh,
Narwhals, narwhals.
Yeah, look at that. So that's what we're
Swimming
showing
in
our
the
trip
ocean.
out to Europa, and I love that kind of side view of Europa, seeing the ice and the
Right.
water underneath. That's amazing.
And you know, if you're home,
How long have we got
watching
left?
And you're saying, "Wait, I want to submit my picture, my masterpiece of Europa Clipper." There's still time.
9 minutes,
Your phone,
okay.
Scan the QR code now.
Are we going to get high enough? Because
The
this
art challenge is open
is a
until
very
the end.
slow plane.
Or if you like to wear your love for Europa instead, let's take a look at some other photos now. These are Jupiter and Europa inspired fashions, and this was part of NASA's.
Do you know what? I might have to get one.
Runway to Jupiter. They
Oh, I
look
just noticed that was Rich. Hello,
That's
Rich.
awesome. Those look like, I think, knitted or crocheted sweaters.
Oh,
wow.
this is my Halloween costume.
I could see that.
I'm gonna dress up as Jupiter, and you're gonna be Europa and just run around me.
That's great. Every 3.5 days, I'll run around you.
Oh,
It's kind of funny.
It's always nice to see, ways that people can bring.
No. Yeah, that will get stuck in your head now, Rich.
Or anything like that.
Exactly, and connecting kind of their own creativity with,
Oh, this plane is so slow.
Those nails, I feel like, put us to shame.
I know.
Jenny and I bonded. We did some co-host bonding, and we got our nails done as well. You see, they're meant to look like the ocean. So.
That's right, a little watery blue marbling.
Yeah. So I hope you also liked our
That is kind of funny.
Runway to Jupiter submission for y'all to consider.
Y'all.
And if you want to check out some more of those fashions, those Jupiter and Europa-inspired fashions, again, we have
Right,
another QR
with
code
2 minutes to go,
There are
we
so
will
many
jump.
more creative expressions
I want to
worth
get
checking out.
to the
That we've
skybox.
captured Jupiter's swirls, Europa's icy glam, and the exploration. Of
It's
our
actually quite good.
system.
You've got a lot of feedback
Alright,
in the
and now we're gonna
controller
go to JPL. We have another
now
update from Raquel.
to actually help you fly. You can sort of know when your plane is actually about to stall.
Look at another part of the Friends and Family event, this time in JPL's Von Karman Auditorium, where we saw lots of cheering during launch, and among
Right,
those
come on.
celebrating are the family of Al Kangahuala, the deputy mission
The
manager
what?
for Europa Clipper. Al is responsible for overseeing how the spacecraft operates, navigates, and stays on course during its mission to Europa, and he joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us, Al. Can you tell us about your role and the next few weeks for Europa Clipper?
Hello, Raquel. Sure, happy to. Along with Tracy Drain, we take turns in early operations, shift by shift, as you were mentioning, ensuring the health
Nice.
and safety not just of the flight crew, but of the mission operations engineering teams that are making this all happen. Looking ahead,
Someone in the background.
we're going to be performing characters.
Right, we're getting close to the skybox, guys. We're getting there.
Some will be required.
Just need a bit
prior to
more
our first
forward
directed
momentum.
maneuver in about 3 weeks. We call that part flight system characterization.
Someone just died.
And then the vast majority of the remaining checkouts will be performed after that. That'll put us kind of near the end of the calendar year. After that, we'll be performing a
Right,
flyby
doing the
Mars
turnaround.
on March 1st.
Sound like Krusty the Clown.
Speaking of flybys, Europa Clipper
Hey!
Mars. So How does that help it reach its final destination, Jupiter?
So we use
Come on.
flybys to perform what you would consider to be like gravity
Assists.
fueled maneuvers. The slingshot effect you get by flying by a planet or a moon gives us essentially the ability.
Do you know what's crazy with gravity assists?
And to put the trajectory
They
more
actually do take
So we get to Jupiter,
energy from the planet, which is crazy. The fact that you can actually like very slightly change a planet
you can think of every
is
flyby
crazy.
in Europa as not just a scientific opportunity, but an opportunity to tailor and craft the trajectory to set up the ground track for the next flight.
Right.
Yeah, so tell us about
We're
that.
getting close, guys. We're getting close. We're getting much closer.
So after orbit capture, we'll be proceeding with a series of Galilean moon flybys to reduce the size of the orbit, the capture orbit, to one that's more in resonance with Europa's orbit. So about 11 months after orbit capture...
So 2 minutes, we are going to jump out of this plane.
Flyby in March of 2031. And by around Memorial Day weekend in that same year, we'll be in full swing performing flybys about every 3 weeks.
Well, Al, thank you so much for your time.
That is so cool.
Back to you.
Now, Europa Clipper is carrying 9 science instruments on board, and they all came from all across the country, as you can see on the map on your screen.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? There are just all of these institutions around the country that contributed instruments to the
Right,
payload.
we're going to do one final turn in a second.
So now we want to take some time to watch.
We are getting close to the skybox, guys. We are going right from the top.
Absolutely. So we're going to start over here.
Okay,
so the
this
one,
one?
yep. So that is our ICE instrument. It's actually 2 instruments.
Oh,
and
I
it
see
is
another piece.
Yep, that's our wide-angle camera, and then the larger piece is the narrow-angle camera.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
these are basically
Very
going to
3D
give us
printed.
those beautiful color, high-resolution photos of Europa.
I think I'm going to win
Next
this one,
here is
guys.
CMS. This is our thermal imager. So this is kind of like our pair of night vision goggles. It's going to help us see spots on the surface where the ice might be warmer, where water might be seeping up from underneath, making that ice melt.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And then these 2 instruments, this is mine.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
And these are 2 of our spectroscopy instruments. So let's talk a little bit about spectroscopy.
Come on, baby.
I guess, we're gonna do a little demo here. So yeah, hold that. I'm gonna
Okay.
hold some of these rocks.
Okay.
So before you turn that on, these look like rocks you might just
Regular rocks.
yeah
In my
find
backyard.
find on your backyard, find on a hike. They're white, they're gray, there may be a little bit of brown. on
Right,
top.
here we go, guys.
But
We're about to bail out in a second. We are almost at the skybox.
Whoa! This one is
Oh,
bright
wow.
green. This one's bright green.
That's
Oh,
cool.
this one's like red.
Isn't that amazing?
So what's happening here?
Yeah, so spectroscopy is basically studying how
Right, here we
light
go,
interacts with
guys.
objects and how it may
In
tell us a little bit more about
3,
what's going on inside of that object.
2,
So looking under visual light without the
1,
it looks one way.
and we're bailing out, and we're falling down. Here we go.
Help us see what the rocks are made of.
Wow.
And so that's what both MISE and
We're gonna
UV
keep
go
an
through,
eye.
infrared and the ultraviolet parts.
Here we go.
It's really amazing what you guys can do from just imaging. Like, you're not landing, again, this is not a mission that's landing
Yeehaw!
a spacecraft anywhere, but look what you can figure out just by pointing a camera.
Exactly. By
Or
pointing,
light.
pointing a camera and using different wavelengths of light, we can understand what things are actually made of. And that's
Right,
really
now we're going to
Wow, I'm
start
really glad you showed this because,
Yeah.
again, it's nice to see the instruments as
slowing
they are,
down a little bit.
to see the science in front of us immediately. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Awesome.
So again, these are just some of the 9 instruments that Europa Clipper
And
has
we're
on
going
board.
to open the
We're gonna see
parachute in
the other
3,
5 after we head back to
2,
Tony, actually. So
1,
Tony, the
go.
Europa Clipper mission was
Oh,
conducted
yes!
laboratory.
Get in there.
That's right, Megan. And joining us virtually is Bobby Brown, the head of Johns Hopkins AP.
That is insane.
Bobby, can you tell us a little bit about where
That was
you
really
are and
close.
how you and the teams are feeling at this
I think
moment?
this guy's going to come and kill me now.
Yeah, well, good morning. I'm
No,
standing
he's
in
going the other way.
Mission Support Area East, which is one of 2
Damn, that was so good.
facilities. One's at JPL, that's the primary one, and we have a facility here in Laurel, Maryland as well. And I'm standing here with members
Oh,
of
look at the
operations
data in the
who are
background.
plugged in all day and are part of this mission.
That's amazing. Congratulations to you and the team. And in your mind, what makes Europa Clipper?
Oh, there's a cargo bob.
Europa Clipper is among the most special of special missions that we do in planetary science. The science itself is amazing. It's something that's been in work for 15 years.
So they've been planning this for 15 years.
Going to a destination that you could really just dream up You know, think about the moon, but the moon, you know, our Earth's moon, but with twice the volume of water that we have on the Earth. And our spacecraft's going there to explore. It's a very large spacecraft, very heavy spacecraft, and of course soon our magnificent solar rays are going to deploy. These solar rays
I'm gonna go back this way.
feet across. So this is the largest, most significant planetary science mission of all time.
That's right. And can you tell us
No! No, we got beaten! No!
A mission this unique actually took the best of the folks at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory and
No, we got beaten, guys, by...
working and learning together. This mission took the best of all of us to get this done. Here at APL, we've been responsible for the propulsion module and the communication electronics and antenna that are part of that module. The propulsion module is about
Right, we were going to pick up this...
two-thirds of the height of the overall spacecraft. And we've also built, I'd say 2.5, 2 and parts of a third of the science instruments. So the cameras that we were just talking about, those 8 megapixel, both wide angle and near angle cameras, that were, when they were designed, had the same resolution as, say, an iPhone 10. Those were designed right here at APL. They're going to be able to zoom in on Europa to a
come back here.
greater than what we've seen on past missions like Galileo. We also built the PIMS instrument, which is one of 2 instruments that's looking at the magnetic field and the plasma surrounding Europa. It's going to tell us a great deal of the together.
You imagine you just driving along
the icy surface, and then
cargo bob just comes along, sits on your roof.
We were just talking about in the previous segment.
Excuse me.
I know we're all very much looking forward to the data that we get back from those instruments. Bobby, thank you so much for joining us. Back to you, Megan.
Really cool to hear from APL, and thank you, APL, for your contributions to this mission. As promised, we have models of the remaining 5 instruments on Europa Clipper. So, Jenny, what do we have now?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to start over here again.
Okay.
So now these 2 instruments, that furthest one is MassSpecs.
Okay.
And then the next one is SUDA. And then both of these together are dust detectors.
Why is this so difficult?
So these instruments are
This used to be really easy.
Tasting particles that are in the environment around the spacecraft.
Tasting?
Yeah, so kind of as we're flying past, particles will be hitting their sensors and we'll be able to tell what they're made of, how fast
Yeah,
they're going.
no! Oh, so close.
Okay. The 3 over here that we have photos of, because they're really big, so we can't have models.
Yes, I got it.
To be able to tell us about the interior structure.
Oh, that's so funny.
So we'll start on the end with
Right, should we take him up to the top of Mount Chiliad? This
that's going to help us
cargo bob is smoking.
Places where it may be thinner, and then PIMS and our magnetometer are studying the plasma fields and the magnetic fields. So let's talk a little bit about the magnetic fields because this is a really interesting part of Europa. So let's do a little demo.
Okay.
So I want you to hold this.
All right.
We're going to pretend this is Jupiter.
Right.
And you can see there's kind of a magnet inside with some of these iron filings. So go ahead and give that a quick shake.
Oh
yeah, shake it up real good, real good. There you go. Awesome.
Okay.
So now it might be hard to see, but you can see that iron is flowing around.
You
like the magnet
bastard.
fields of Jupiter. So if you were to just take a rock and move around, you wouldn't really see much, but try it with that.
A magnet.
Yeah, so that one's magnetic.
Whoa, it's attracting all the little metal shavings.
Exactly. So that's basically, we're
Ooh.
pretending that this is Europa in this situation. So the way we discovered that there was an ocean underneath the ice is because there was a little bit of a wobble in the magnetic fields. And we were able to infer from that there must be some sort of conductive layer underneath the ice.
Heads up.
So if Europa didn't have that conductive layer of ocean, we wouldn't see this kind of So our magnetometer on the payload is super, super important.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been following along with the Falcon Heavy second stage as it continues its journey out with Europa Clipper. So let's head back to NASA's Daryl Nail and Nick Woltman for the next operational milestone.
Yeah, that's right. We're getting ready to relight the second
Come on.
on the second stage of the rocket, carrying Europa Clipper, and it is just moments away, Mick. We're at plus 47 minutes and 30 seconds. Getting ready to relight. This is a longer burn than the first burn.
Here we go, guys. So we got the second burn.
ITO, or interplanetary transfer orbit, allowing Europa Clipper to be separated and get ready for its Earth assist maneuver. And there we just heard the call for MVAC ignition. The engine was chilled down prior to this. and ignition has happened, and second burn is continuing on.
So this is a 3-minute and 21-second burn of the second stage. If you're familiar with the amazing views that we have at this
Fuck's sake! How did the rocket not kill him?
Camera on the second stage. However, we are
fucking cocksucker.
Expecting to see that view for this particular burn, and there's an important reason for that, and that is because we've been on ground stations leading up until
yeah,
this point.
and there's no ground stations here.
Second burn, we are pulling data through the TDRS network. The TDRS network, a legacy satellite system in geo orbit that is going to help us out fill in the gap so we can at least pull down the important telemetry of what is going on.
Yeah, we're seeing the telemetry coming through, and things are looking good on the telemetry. And but as you stated, we can't process that video through from that aspect, and things continue to go for this burn.
Nice.
Yes, the TDRS system covering 90% of this burn too. TDRS, of course, standing for Tracking Data and Relay Satellite Network. 90% of the burn will be covered by TDRS, but it's a much lower data rate than it is from the ground station. It's roughly on the order of 20 kilobits per second. If you compare that to your home internet connection, it's the pipe is about 5,000 times smaller.
Yeah, we have to choose what data we send. So we want to send the vehicle telemetry so we can see what's happening from a stage 2 velocity and altitude, and bandwidth for video takes up a lot more. So we opt to get the launch vehicle data, and things continue to look good for this burn.
Anyone who has downloaded video onto their phone knows about bandwidth. You got to have a good connection. You got to have a cell phone that's on a wide connection in order to pull down video. So we will not have video for any part of this second burn. Also, the spacecraft team is not getting any of the telemetry being pulled down because, again, as you said, there's a high priority on the communications about where that rocket stage is.
Yeah, absolutely. And this burn continues, and
they really are doing quite bad, aren't they?
This burn, and we'll see how things continue to move. But we're watching the telemetry here, Daryl, and you can see that the acceleration of stage 2 and velocity continue to increase as stage 2 is performing its job to get Europa Clipper into its orbit.
What is... Mate, he's got his microphone right next to... He's got his microphone right next to his phone. That is all that is. There we go. It's the second.
Just caught some video of the right there.
Nice.
Second burn, and we've got some results there. Everything looking good.
Yeah, TDRS network did its job. We just switched over to ground station, and we were able to pick up that
nominal orbit insertion.
And nominal orbital insertion has just been reported, and stage 2 looks good. So our next event, Daryl, will be spacecraft separation. Very excited for that, and I know everybody's looking forward to that with the successful launch today.
We are looking forward to seeing Europa Clipper go off into space off that second stage. But in the time, we'll send it back to Megan and Jen.
Nice, we got some lovely...
Now about 51 minutes, nearly 52 minutes since launch. Coverage is going to take you through separation.
Mate, I'm going to be eating all of these.
Signal from the Europa Clipper spacecraft. Let's head back over to JPL, where NASA's Raquel is somewhere new to tell us about the Deep Space Network.
Yeah, Megan, this is a wider look at the Space Flight Operations Facility at JPL, where NASA operates the Deep Space Network. This powerful system is able to communicate with spacecraft traveling beyond the moon. And joining us today is Amy Smith, the Deputy Project Manager for the Deep Space Network.
Hello, Debbie.
Thank you so much for joining us, Amy. Thank you for having me. So your team is waiting to hear from Europa Clipper. Can you tell us why the Deep Space Network is so important with establishing communication with spacecraft?
Yes, so the Deep Space Network is part of NASA's Space Communication and Navigation Program, and it is the critical link between scientists and mission controllers on the ground and more than 40 missions that are exploring our solar system and beyond today. So the Deep Space Network is made up of 14 very large antennas strategically located around the world. We have a complex here in Southern California, one outside of Madrid, Spain, and another one in Canberra, Australia. And those are about equidistant around the world, as you can see in this graphic, so that wherever your spacecraft is, when it needs to communicate to Earth, it can see one of our Deep Space Network antennas. So with the Deep Space Network, we can send commands to our spacecraft, we can collect all that amazing science data, and we can even collect navigation data so that the teams know where their spacecraft is.
Yeah, and what is Europa Clipper doing right now, and which location
It's
do you
been
expect to establish
yeeted.
communication with first?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
it's,
the radio on the spacecraft will turn on about its separation and start warming up and sending a downlink signal back to Earth.
Oh,
And
why
we
is my
have
phone going?
antennas at our Canberra
Oh, there goes my door.
which are set up right now and waiting for that signal.
And then after that, what is your team doing to prepare for signal acquisition before and after?
Yeah, so the Deep Space Network is here to support our missions, and so we work really closely with the missions to understand what they're going to need, especially in a critical event like today. They provide the mission the Deep Space Network so that we can set up our antennas
Oh, no!
to be looking at the right place in the sky.
Dang
and
it.
all of those downlink set up just perfectly so that when the signal comes in, we'll be able to see it. So the first thing we're going to see with our antennas is the carrier frequency. We'll see that pop up and we'll lock onto that. And then we can start to decode the data that's on there. And once we are able to...
Yeah, see, it's not fun, is it,
directly
dickhead?
to the mission operations team so that they can use the data to see what's going on the spacecraft and make decisions about
Right.
what to do next. Eventually,
Let's
they'll
go
ask
find
the
a
Space
jet.
Network to turn on the uplink. So we will establish coherent two-way communication, which means we'll still be collecting data, but then we can send commands to the spacecraft and we'll start
Nice.
collecting that critical navigation data that the team needs.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Amy. Megan?
Yeehaw! Right.
Thank you, Raquel and Amy. And once Europa Clipper is launched...
Now, if you really want to get motion sick, here we go, guys.
Eyes on the solar system.
My bad
You can check
driving
out by scanning
in
this QR
person.
code. It's a 3D program that allows you to zip around the solar system to learn about planets, asteroids,
Straight
comets,
line.
moons like Europa, and spacecraft like Europa Clipper.
Right, here we go.
And remember, Europa
Slow
Clipper
down.
is not a life detection mission. Again, instead it is looking
Right,
for
we
the
are
right
going to
conditions.
try this. I don't think it's going to happen.
Check on the clock. We are now
I think we're about to die, guys.
launch. We have time for some more social questions.
We are going to try and steal a jet in first person.
It's a well wish. This is from
And
Tiffany
crash
Bassett
through.
on Facebook. I think she knows you because she's saying, "Hi, Jenny." From all of us in Ohio at the Buckeye Online School for Success, we want to thank you for keeping us updated. And
Buckeye.
What?
What?
Big good luck today.
That's
What the
so
hell?
heartwarming, and amazing to hear from them, and I know they're all watching, so yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's wonderful to get to hear
great.
that. Hi, Tiffany. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you.
And we have one quick
What?
one from Instagram. If life is found on Europa, what will be the next steps? What does this mean for future missions? And allow to that.
whoa,
what
there's-
does life look like possibly?
Yeah, so again, we're not a life detection mission. We are not really looking for like a biosignature.
Try to come out of
Well, we found life, right? But
disabled.
we are kind of assess its habitability, and if we find that this is a place that is habitable, the hopeful next step is that we would send a landed mission. That we could go in the future and actually land on the surface, take samples, and all those things.
All right, let's go back to Daryl and Mick right now.
Very much, and we continue to watch the progress of Europa Clipper on that second stage of the Falcon Heavy rocket, and we're looking good so far. The telemetry we're seeing looks like the coast again is going well. We expect the spacecraft and the second stage to start to go into a little bit of a roll, and that's intentional, Mick.
Yeah, for thermal protection, to make sure that...
Shit, that was a bad crash.
It gets going and we get
Just
that thermal
crashed.
roll that's
Why can't I
good, and the initial data we got
find
from stage 2
a...
look really good and nominal for that second burn. So we're definitely looking forward to Europa Clipper separation here shortly, as we can see this camera view of Europa Clipper on the front of the SpaceX Stage 2 launch vehicle.
Right, I gotta...
Yeah, that's a great shot of the spacecraft going out the forward end. Europa Clipper is the largest spacecraft
I killed him!
that has ever been sent
Do you know what? I'll take that.
planetary mission.
There we see the camera view of the MVAC-D that did its job in shutdown, and the picture of Europa Clipper on the front of the Stage 2. Things continue to look good as we see the altitude of stage 2 continuing to increase during this coast. And the velocity is ramping down into a steady state.
Got him! Yes!
Very good.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, go, 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 go. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes!
Signal appear and then disappear. We do know that with the spacecraft doing that thermal roll, that can cause signal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go, baby!
Tracking, and as it
I killed him.
Around, we lose the connection.
What the hell are you going?
We're getting great data so far as the vehicle.
Mate, I'm so happy I got him.
We really want to be locked in.
Flipping hell, look at the. You see the line, it's just going.
That's the current time that we have for the separation of the Europa Clipper spacecraft. And that is a big moment, and we want to be able to see that because, as we've seen in some
he's still there.
NASA missions, it really looks impressive to see that spacecraft going off into its destination.
Yeah, and this being the largest planetary spacecraft that we've built, it's just going to be very cool to see this separation.
Oh, look at the little thrusters on it.
We heard Jenny and some of the team talk about it, but
that's
it
cool.
Blows me away. The 30-meter, fairing of the solar rays. Wish we could see that and all, but this mission is just so excited. Got so many people behind.
Oh, good tag.
After this successful
great tag
to this major milestone of separation, and things continue to look good for that from that aspect. We've had a lot of people, Daryl, over the years.
He's being killed up there. That's quite funny.
Special shout out to one of my own, my flight analysis division chief, Mr. Mike Carney.
Right, we are going to go back to our
for at least 25 years in his
and
career.
then what we're going to do.
Started out as a trajectory analyst for
We're
the
back
Europa mission.
to. I've got something on my finger.
And, when he came to
it's
LSP,
really annoying me.
He's worked on Europa off
there you
and
go.
on over the years. So. Shout out to you, Mike, for the great job, and the rest of the team on Europa Clipper today.
Go on, Copper. Nice. Look at this. Look at that track. Look right down below me, guys.
Of flight for Europa Clipper and Falcon Heavy.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh! I just run over a dog.
It's going
I need to slow down. Thank you.
This is that interplanetary transfer orbit we talked about.
I'm sorry.
Got us
Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on.
And this second stage, second burn on second stage did a great job of getting us on that way as we get ready to separate Europa Clipper to get ready for those flybys, to get those gravity assists to get out there to the
I don't want to take that into my garage.
Continuing
Can't access your garage while you got the cops.
No! As it goes
Run!
getting ready for separation. Trajectory looks nominal.
And Europa Clipper is going to be deployed in a very high radiation environment. If you watched our broadcast today, you learned a lot about the high radiation, extremely high radiation environment.
Oh no!
Destination.
I think I'm going to die, guys.
High radiation area right now.
I got a 3-star wanted level.
Is in the Van Allen.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Belts.
Yeah, we talked. One of the things that we had to monitor today during today's launch was solar proton flux. Team had to keep an eye on that for
right.
solar flares and things.
We need to. Oh shit! We're about to go past the police station.
About the, special
There's literally a police station right there.
And,
oh man!
Spacecraft. And
good shot.
Solar proton flux.
Oh that
went very
that
well
police
today.
officer needs a raise.
Things looking really good. We're about a minute away from.
He got my front right tire.
Expected payload
Oh.
Things continue to look good as the stage 2 altitude continues.
Shit! Oh, heads up! Heads up! Coming in.
Steady state now for stage 2.
Coming in.
Things looking really good for.
Yeah, take the Maverick.
Getting close now.
You're a Maverick.
Less than 30 seconds away from separation. There you see the Europa spacecraft. Those massive solar panels that you were talking about all stacked together.
All right, here we go.
This is a big moment for the program, for NASA, APL, and JPL.
So basically everyone. Oh my god.
Europa Clipper, separation confirmed.
And there you go.
Look at that.
NASA's Europa Clipper probe, embarking on a long-awaited mission to study Jupiter's icy moon Europa. And what a sight, Nick.
That is absolutely gorgeous, Gerald, to see Europa Clipper on its way. Successful deployment from stage 2. Falcon Heavy performed very well today. Teams behind us are clapping and enjoying.
Right, I'm going to try and land on top of my...
Via the video, we can see that Clipper has successfully separated. Please say goodbye to Clipper on its
Goodbye,
way.
Clipper! So this is the last views you're going to get from out of Clipper.
He's with the mission support team.
Okay, all stations, we are waiting for sign of initial acquisition. Again, Telecom will confirm when we have carrier locks, and DDM will let us know when they see the first packet down.
You can see
Nice.
the second stage and the spacecraft.
What I really want to do, guys,
fully
is yeet this.
by the sun coming over the Earth.
Disgusting.
And as you just heard the flight director say, they are now
I want to push this off.
monitoring for an
Come on.
acquisition of signal.
Yes, this will be the first time the spacecraft gets information. Looking forward for that.
God.
That they would get it in the next few seconds.
No,
Now
oh, that was lucky.
screen. On your left, you see
That's
the
actually so funny.
On your right, this is telemetry coming. Or actually, this is the ground station looking for a spike.
Oh, is that-
looking for a handshake? with the
Ah.
spacecraft. And we expect to see that in the form of a blip.
So it should be like an up and down.
Daryl, as you say, they expect that here in a few seconds, but it can happen in a few seconds or anywhere from 15 minutes from now. So the team is closely monitoring this, and looking for that, and we're hoping that we can gain AOS here very shortly.
Yes, there's a broad range of times for which AOS.
Alright, what we're going to do?
Flight. Go. Just wanted to comment from the video that we could see that the sun was on the neg-Y side of the spacecraft. There were very low visible separation rates, and the negative z-axis was pointed at Earth, so this should be favorable for comm.
Copy, GNC, thank you.
Nice. Alright, say goodbye to
An
left.
acknowledgement from the team that that sunlight could help things out. They're looking to warm up the amplifiers.
Go, Phase.
Sorry, I missed the session IDs for our SA sessions from GDS. Can you or GDS repeat those for me?
We did not call them out on net yet, but there are 5 session IDs that it will cycle through, so just to note.
There we go.
GDS, could you note those session IDs?
They'll be able to send a signal transmitting down to the deep space network. And that's where JPL,
Come on, guys, you can do it.
California, is awaiting to receive that signal. Basically a handshake saying, hey, I'm here, I'm good. The bigger telemetry and the more the data about how it's doing will come down later.
Go.
Did we get confirmation that the alarm file was deployed?
That's affirmative.
Do we have the time at which that deployment was complete?
GDS, do you have a specific time for when that alarm file deployment was complete?
17:05:06.
Systems, you copy that time?
Copy, thank you.
17:05:06.
Again, that's Europa Clipper Flight Director Pranay Mishra leading his team.
Oh my god, it's so horrible.
Also, a partner in this mission, the Applied Physics Laboratory, their team on console as well.
Why is there so many aeroplanes coming over my head?
We're continuing to monitor the search for a signal. And I believe we have it. There it is.
Hey! Why does it look like fingers?
And there you have it. Confirmation of signal from the spacecraft, Europa Clipper.
There we go, guys.
Room there at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory erupting in applause. These teams have worked a long time. You've got some high fives.
Flight, I got data on SSC. Copy, Telecom.
Nice.
Flight, this is Telecom. Looks like 12 kilosymbols per second as expected. Copy, Telecom.
Solid.
12 what? I didn't quite hear that. 12 something.
Flight, this is Telecom. We're in lock. Copy, Telecom. Flight systems. Go systems.
We have telemetry. We received good samples and our displays are lighting up.
Copy systems. Initial acquisition.
Nice. There you go. Acquisition of signal.
Just locked in full telemetry from the space.
And full telemetry. Nice.
Flight prop. Go, prop. We are vented and primed. Thank you, prop.
The propulsion system now is ready.
That's pretty good.
Flight, this is Nav. Go, Nav. We see Doppler data. Copy, Nav.
Wow. And Doppler data.
Flight systems. We're reporting status that both branches failed to vent. Can probably
Ooh.
venting occurred successfully.
I was about to do that. The pressures are good, but we are seeing the valve venting flag. We're taking a look right now. Copy, prop. Thank you.
There might be a blockage.
Go, GNC. We do see, the telemetry just came in too. We do see that we are already in the mode GNC 3RS tracks on point, and with the Z-axis radius success over the Z-axis roll. Copy, thank you, GNC.
See, I wish we got this sort of data from SpaceX. You imagine, like, you get all that chatter.
Go, FP.
So the particular condition about both branch failing venting does not trigger a monitor, and we have no indication anything tripped, so it just moved down to priming.
I can hear you, Sammy.
Oh, what is matey saying? So, they've had an issue, but it's not important. Oh my god, that's so...
Is that
honestly.
if, both branches fail venting, the behavior moves on to and attempts priming. So if that is successful, we could get into tracks on point like we're seeing here. Yeah, depending on the cause of the both branches failing venting, which we'll look for prop to confirm more details on.
Copy, activity. Activity, as you see signs of the launch behavior continuing, please call it out.
Yes, if we're flight executives,
Go ahead.
being in our tracks on point at this point, we are waiting the hour thermal roll, so we should all be looking for signs of being in the thermal roll right now.
Copy, activity.
Ooh.
Yeah, flight GNC, just to confirm it again, we are in the thermal roll right now. And so GNC sees that we have already successfully found the sun, done a slew to sun point, and initiated the Z-axis roll. So good indication that GNC is using the engine successfully.
Copy, GNC. Do you have an estimate on the start time of that thermal roll?
We're working that right now. Get that back to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
When you have the telemetry in step 2-8.
So it might just be from faulty sensors.
Flight C.
Go ahead, B.
Is Power seeing anything in the thermal roll? Do we see any change?
Go ahead, Power.
Stand by.
No, it's all gone quiet now.
The propulsion system was primed. It didn't get a vent on it, but they have later come to get confirmation that indeed the spacecraft is in a roll, so the propulsion system appears to be working.
Yeah, absolutely. They have all good telemetry. And
So it could just be a bad sensor.
The spacecraft team's very happy.
Or a double
and they,
bad sensor.
Got into their thermal roll and doing very well. So awesome to see deployment. Awesome to see Europa Clipper on its way for this successful mission. Great job by all the teams on today's launch.
A big congratulations to the teams that have all been working so many years to get to this point. There's still a lot of work to do. Several hours from now, they will begin to cut
look at the
knives that will slice open the holding mechanism that allows that solar array to expand, and then that'll bring them power to the spacecraft that'll get them on their way.
Yeah, 30 meters solar. That's just impressive from that aspect.
30 meters.
Daryl, again,
Jeez,
great
that
launch
is
today,
crazy.
great preparation. I say to Jenny on the host desk, awesome. Hope you're happy. Hope the JPL's team happy. We at LSP are so proud to provide you with SpaceX a great launch today. Thanks for being with us, and Daryl, as usual, thanks for having me. An exciting one.
Well, we appreciate having you, Mick. Thank you for your expertise and your knowledge and insight in this mission. It's always helpful to help us understand what's going on. So thank you very much, and that'll wrap it up for us. So we'll send it now back to the host desk and Megan and Jenny.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daryl and Mick. It was really cool to have you guys in there walking us through all of those milestones.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of our stream. Yes, indeed, that was... Oh, my back is killing me. I'm getting old, guys. But yeah, that will do it for today's live stream. I will be back in just over 3 hours for GTA 5 online races. Yes, that is right. We are going to be playing more GTA on the PS5. Get in there. Should be fun. So guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I'm Lee. Fly safe. Land safer. See you guys later. Bye.